Hello. How's everybody doing today? What up, Currywurst? We got a couple of questions already. So Kevin says, how can I send you my team? The team reviews are always done through Discord. So please, if you want to do that, then join the Discord, post it in the Haikyu Fly High team review section, and take my hoodie off. My hair is a bit of a mess, but it is what it is. So how y'all doing today? Are you doing today? Are you doing team reviews today? Yes. Shin, what's going on? The Discord is in the description. Currywurst. So if you just close the chat real quick and then just go into the description of this video, you can, like, the link is there. Deku, I'm alright. I had a bit of a bad end to last week, and then transitioning into this week, I've been kind of meh. But I was able to get the team review video out yesterday. Luckily, it was late for me. It was like 10 o'clock at night, or 10:30 at night for me, so that would have been morning for a lot of you guys in Europe. So luckily I got that out. Oh, I mean, I don't have Discord itself, the app. I mean, if you really want to, I think the easiest way, honestly, is to download on the App Store or Google Play. And then, if you want to do it on your computer, just type it on Google Discord, and it's really not that difficult as long as you're not making a Discord server yourself, because that was difficult. Do you think the twins get a rebanner? Yeah, they should get a rebanner. Let's see, we have Oikawa next, then it's Bokuto, and then it's the Mia twins. So I think at the end of December or the beginning of January should be the Mia twins. Somebody else asked something. Oh, what is my team right now? Okay, so what we're doing today. So I made a bit of a mistake last night. Let's just talk about it. So, of course, last night for me, morning for you, a lot of you guys, I dropped the team review video. I was editing it last night. I also edited a clip of me playing Pokemon last Thursday, I believe the stream was, and I was posting that. And as I was editing the clip, I was actually doing my dailies on Haikyu without even realizing that the stream was today. So I made a bit of a mistake. I already done my dailies. You can see my stamina's not even full. We have a couple of notifications to go through, but yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a simple kind of like account review, I guess you can say, for me. And then towards the end of the stream, I will be accepting new members into the club. We have 15 spots. I don't know how many people have applied. We only have 5 applications right now. I did announce it yesterday on the Discord, so I might wait another day maybe if you guys want to join. We just had too many people inactive, so that was the idea there. And then after the kind of Haikyu Fly High stuff, we're gonna go into the team reviews. The Hamster Sage, I'm alright. Could be better. How can I send you my team? In Discord. Can we see the team? So yeah, let's just start with the team. There hasn't been any fundamental changes other than I believe Ohira has better potentials now. So I'm currently working on getting him to level 12 on that potential. Maybe getting him to 20k. I don't know if it'll be enough. We do have Sakusa on the bench, and the reason being, I did say it in yesterday's video, but if you did miss it, basically Ohira has Bokuto's memory, which gives me the extra ball touches on the Team Morale Awakening. but the moment you sub Sakusa into the game, those 2 touches are still in effect, even if Ohara is not on the court. So that's why I do that. Oh, I missed you too, man. I missed you too. So on Twitch, we currently have 4 viewers. Very nice. We are very close to being Twitch affiliate, or whatever the heck it's called, so you guys can start subbing and stuff there, which is very nice. I hope you don't kick me out of your club. It's just due to inactivity. Like, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt right now, because if we go to club benefits and we scroll like all the way down, we have a lot of people at 0, as you can see. Now, it's day 2 of the week, so I'm not gonna panic too much when it comes to that. So my club is not ranked, but the idea is to get into the top 100. But to me, it's not the end of the world, but people in the club were like, we should probably get better members. Are you in any of the leaderboards? I don't think so. I think it's top 100 for everything, right? Well, I'm unranked here. I think at my peak for peak challenge, I'm at 2. I was at 2 something. So not in the top 100. I don't take peak challenge very seriously because it's not like live PvP. Shout out to Mdot. Mdot is in the is in our Discord. He's a big member, and he also does YouTube videos. Go check him out. What's up, German Panda? The only one you could be would be money spent. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not competing with these guys. Like, look at their team ratings. Like, it's just not happening. Fabrizio is in the chat. I have to wait 54 minutes till I can join. Wait, I'll switch up to TikTok. Yeah, so for the club stuff, we won't do it now, but we'll do it in a bit. What is this? To ensure stable gameplay and high quality service, a hotfix. There was a hotfix? What was the hotfix for? Mdot is here. Okay. Really? Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Mdot, I know this is probably not the best way to do it and probably last minute, but do you want to do team reviews live if you can? I don't know how the audio is gonna work. Hopefully I have it set up correctly, but unless you're working right now. You could do a couple. At what time? Like, what's like? Because I'll be live for 2.5 more hours after ish. I don't expect to be on Fly High very long. Is Sakusa good? I'm a new player. He is very good. Because I'm planning on doing... Well, okay, so I messed up with the whole daily objective stuff, so that's my bad. Chris was in the chat. What time are you going to do it? Traditionally, I do it at 1 o'clock, so for you it'd be 4. But I might do it sooner because I don't have much to do. Or I can delay it and we can just have a conversation with the chat because... I mean, there's not too much new stuff going on in my life, if I'm being totally honest, but we can talk about like anime and stuff while we wait. Yeah, in this stream. What was I doing? I need cabbages. Champions League going on. Yeah, Barca's playing right now. Barca's playing Chelsea with no Pedri, so that's tough. Sir, who's the best SP middle blocker? Probably Kuro. Imarsuki. Whenever you finish your dailies, well, the thing is, that's the thing. I did my dailies last night. For me, it's 10 p.m. and I was editing my video last night, and I accidentally oh, this is new. I accidentally did my dailies like subconsciously, and I was like, oh shoot, this stream's tomorrow. Okay guys, we got a friend recruit. We're gonna get absolutely nothing this 10 spin watch. Told you. Did I gift mine? I did. Andrew, wait, I don't recognize these Pokemon. Today's not a Pokemon stream. I might, honestly, so tomorrow we're not going to be doing a Fly High stream because there's nothing new happening tomorrow. It will be next Wednesday because of the Komori stuff coming out. But low-key, I might do a Pokemon stream tomorrow and Thursday because I really like playing Radical Red, even though I died like 18 times. Okay, Mdot, so what we'll do is, well, I'll let you know when I actually set it up, but I'll DM you on Discord. We'll start a voice call, and hopefully, because I'm using an audio, or what's it called, a virtual cable for my mic settings, so that like Discord can have my noise cancellation and stuff. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh no, my screen is still messed up. Hold on, my bad, guys. How did I do this? Wait, no, this is all messed up. Why is... Wait, why is this happening? Something's not right. I don't know what it is. Nope, that's not right. What the flip is going on? Is that fine? That looks better. Okay, I think we're good now. Don't you watch Chelsea today? Well, I mean, technically, I'm a Barca fan, so I would be watching the game. But I'm not really worried about Chelsea, if I'm being totally honest. But knowing that, we're gonna lose. Okay, sir, what's the trick in rock, paper, scissors? I always lose. You're just very unlucky. Kuro even without Bond? I think so. I didn't do my casual games though, at least that. Is there anything else I need to show with the account? I mean, yeah, the plan really is to get Sakusa here, and then Komori here, and then I think we just thug it out. Nintendo. Oh yeah, I guess I got Iwaizumi to level 80. That's a new thing. Because I wanted the... where is it? Cannot see it from here. I wanted this at level 5. So before it was level 4 because Iwaizumi was level, or star, whatever, level 5. But now he's level 6, so now the attack is 315% of Iwaizumi's power attack stat. The Hamster Sage, I recognize your profile picture and your name, I just don't remember exactly what was going on. Mdot says, I found it better breaking up the team bond with Sakuza starting. I don't know, I just... Because for me, it's like... They still get the awareness and strength boost. And then I also get the memory of Bokuto's stuff going on. And then you bring in Sakuza on the first point. So, I don't know. Shout out to Luca for the follow on TikTok. Like always, guys, make sure to leave a like on the stream. It helps me out. As well as following on TikTok or subscribing on YouTube as well as Twitch. First time chatter on Twitch. I need Oikawa and the Libero, but I only have enough gems for one, which is better. You would have to look at the alternatives for those positions. So Oikawa being a setter, you would have to look at SP Akashi, right? Because he's another power setter who's better than Oikawa. And then for the Liberos, you would have SP Nishinoya, who is technically better than Komori, but I think Komori with Sakuza is better than just having Oikawa with an Ushijima or whatever, so I would say Komori. Maria says, what are the best cheer for a power team? Definitely not the ones I have, because as you can see on the side here, I get more buffs for quicks rather than powers. If we take a look at Shimizu, she does quicks, so probably not her. If we look at Date Tech, they do power and block, so there's one right there. And this is also available. Shout out to Flo on Twitch for the follow. This is available in the, I believe it's Peak Challenge, or maybe it's the club store. One of those rewards. And then now Shimizu is also, or not Shimizu, Yachi is now available, but she only does her season save. So from this, it's really just Date Tech. And then if you look at the ones that I don't have, it would be Shiratorizawa, and I think there's one more. Yeah, it would be the new Sanai. Or, sorry, not Sanai. Saiko? Getting all these names wrong. Mdot now following on Twitch. Shout out to you, Mdot. So yeah, it's Shiratorizawa, it's Seiko, and it's Date Tech. It doesn't really matter about your club level, or your team, or account level, I should say. You should just try to get a UR, especially if you can have them work with other players. That would be great. I guess I can show you guys the update on the store stuff. So right now I've redeemed everything except for the energy drinks on here. In terms of top contender, I have all the essentials. I got the UR tickets, the memory tickets, the vouchers, the random 3-star players, and then kind of the aesthetic stuff. Right now I'm working on getting probably the 4-star player. But this store isn't going to reset until... Well, it's not even going to reset at all. This event's going on until the end of Komori, so still have a lot of time there. And then in the actual store... for the club store, I just got 5 more fragments of Date Tech, as well as the 4-star player there. Match Streak didn't do anything there. Challenge store, I have everything, all the fragments. And then Dismantles, not for another 5 days. And there was something else I wanted to show. Oh yeah. So I did get some stuff. So the 20 pack of UR tickets I used here. So as you can see, I'm at 80, or is this 90? 98 pulls on Sakuza's banner. I also did 10 on Kuro's, so now my pity is at 79 with 8 tickets. I don't want to take a risk. Shout out to Crush with the follow on Twitch. Almost at TikTok. And so, yeah, pity's now at 79 for Komori. We have 8 tickets right now. I can get an additional 38. So no guarantees we're going to get Komori and his memory at this point in time. I might pick up some passes and stuff just to make sure we do get him. But that is yet to be seen. And then with the memory recruit, it's down to 75 from 100. So still have a lot of work to do there. We still have one more week to kind of gain assets and stuff. I don't plan on doing any more pulls on any of these banners. I might do a 10 pull on the Oikawa banner, but that's a bit risky. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that is it. So yeah, you can see here I obtained points because I bought stuff. So yeah, I had actually had a lot of people asking questions about this. How to get points here? It's just if you spend money. So if you're free to play, you just disregard this completely. Hello, Crushed Skull on Twitch. How you doing? So I will remind you guys that especially on YouTube, so I can't really earn money on Twitch or TikTok right now. TikTok is never really going to be the case, but anyways, especially on YouTube, if you guys do see the layout, I do have the most recent donation in the top left. I have total donation to charity in the bottom right. So basically, if you guys do want to donate, I have it available, open. And for the month of November, every live stream, whatever amount of money I gain, I'm going to be matching that total, and I'm going to be donating it to charity, men's mental health, all that good stuff. My voice is going. Shout out to Toxic Gear for the follow on Twitch. Make sure my mic's not muted. Mdot. Oh man, you should see my cumulative rewards. Dude, you're probably maxed out. You're probably maxed out. For the people who want to join my club, by the way, we have 15 spots. We have 6 applications right now. The club name is Oikawa's Cult. You have to be in the global server, I believe. We had a discussion yesterday in the Discord that you don't have to be in the Discord. Oh, sorry, in the Discord. In the global server, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is server specific. Who the heck is DMing me on Discord? I already did upgrade it. I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. Let's see my lineup. There is the lineup. And then after the first point, I do this. Which UR is coming after the middle blocker of Nekoma? So it's gonna be Komori next. Sorry. Wait, is Oikawa coming out tomorrow? Oh yeah, so Oikawa is coming out tomorrow. And then next week Komori is coming here. Alex, can I get a hi? Hello. Show us your rank at global, I'm curious. For what? Peak challenge? I'm like in the 600s. I'm 647. And then at my peak for this season, I've been in the 200s. Because I don't try. I don't try in peak challenges. Oh my god, Chelsea just scored. Great. Do I know your name? What up, anime lover? Oh, on that note, I guess just to kill some time here. I started so it's a funny story. So Classroom of the Elite was a topic of conversation recently with one of my friends, and I know that a new season had come out. I just don't remember how I'd watched it. And so I was I know for a fact I watched season 1, and I'm like 99% sure I watched season 2. And then so I went back and checked the last episode of season 2, and I was like, shoot, I don't remember this happening at all. So then I start rewatching season 2, and then halfway through the season I was like, I'm like 95% sure I have watched it. And so I just kept watching it anyways, and so I finished season 2, and then now last night I started season 3. I think I'm only on episode 2 or 3. But yeah, it turns out season 3 came out in 2024. So I definitely didn't watch it. Do you remember, how do you know you named your Pokemon after my name in the last live? Oh. Oh shoot. Oh my god. Was it sad? Yeah, it was. It was sad. Sorry, I had to jog my memory for a second because I was looking at your username. I was like, something's not right. What are we waiting for? We're just chilling. This stream, we're gonna be live till for another 2.5 hours, so we got a lot of time. Royal's too famous now. He glowed up and forgot everyone. Shut up. I'm already forgetful as is. Leave me alone. So I guess yeah. What I'll say is, the Thursday stream we had last week was actually a lot of fun. We didn't have too many people in the stream, but playing Pokemon Radical Red was actually hilarious because of how difficult it was. So if you guys are interested in Pokemon and stuff, make sure to tune in every Thursday. We do Radical Red. Did our first stream last week. I got absolutely cooked, so that was fun. Josh says, honestly, I couldn't get into it. It's not for everybody, but I don't know, I like it. The scientist dude was so hard to defeat. Yeah, because he was a double battle. It was so AIDS. Is there anything else you guys want to see? Bro, fighting that one train in the cave took an hour, I think. Was it an hour? I think it was, right? I downloaded the emulator and tried to play it and I was so confused. Yeah, you just have to look at like a bunch of YouTube videos. I died 7 times. You were keeping count? That's crazy. I was talking about the anime, not the Radical Red. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Maria on TikTok says, can you explain the Freedom Championship team rating and team lineup? If I'm being totally honest, guys, I have no idea. Like, okay, like let's look at what'd you say? Team rating? Like, you mean this? So basically how it works is, right now, this should not be a surprise to anybody in terms of You have your starter players. That's just your combined rating. Deployment bond is if you have, you know, any bonds here. So we have 1 with Tendo and Ushijima. Now the cheer squad is the same thing, but it's the specialty and the position bonus that's probably confusing a lot of people. So basically, if you see here, there's different categories. There's power, there's block, there's receive, and there's quick. So if we look at, I can't choose from here. So if you look at Oikawa, for example, he has power, and I believe that's it from those. And then if you look at Ushijima, he has power, and if you look at Hirugami, he has block. If you look at Kurai, this is why I said Kurai is so valuable. He has block, receive, and power. Okay. So then if we go back here, so the more of those characters that you have in your starting lineup, you will get a boost, you know, relevant to whatever that is. So power specialty activates when there are 3 or more power type tags on the field. So if I had 3 power here and I had 4 block here, my team would be a block based team. Okay. But because I have more power, it is going to be power. I have 3 block, 3 receive, 0 quick, and 4 block. Or sorry, 4 power. So what that does is specialties, relevant actions, power increase by 50%. So if I had 3, it would only be 30%. And if I had 5 or more, it would be 70 and 90%. So basically, what that means is any power attack that happens, it's going to get a 50% increase in that activity. And then we have Mdot in the YouTube chat saying, from my experience, the position bonus is stronger if you specialize into one position rather than spreading out. Right, so you're saying like focus on getting 6 into like power, for example, or 6 into block, 7 into receive, etc. That would make sense because, you know, having a 50 here, a 30 here, and a 30 here versus just going straight 90, yeah, I think that would make more sense. Yeah, like having 4 wing spikers just to go crazy on the tags or whatever. Oh, sorry, this is specialty bonus. You mean position. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So basically, you get a crazy increase. So same thing. So what I just said still applies, but not with the tags, just with positions. Apologies. Yeah, so when your wing spiker performs a power spike, increases awareness by 30% and strength by 120. And I believe you do get the other 2 as well, right, Mdot? Like you get both the 2 bonus and the 3 bonus. Yeah. I think, is the wing spiker one the best one? Oh, my game's bugging. That's really only good for Osamu. That's only good for a few setters. The middle blocker one's good, but I think Wing Spiker is the best one. So yeah, Maria, basically, there's like different things. So obviously you have the type specialty. You can stack it and get a more, like a better boost. And then same thing positionally. So you can stack your wing spikers and get boosts here, or middle blocker setters, etc. And then school and deployment bonds are still the same. So that's why the team rating is a bit different to your traditional, what's it called? System, I guess you could say. This is bothering my OCD, one sec. There you go. What if you put Ohira over Tendo? So the team rating goes up. Oh, you can only have 1 deployment bond at a time? Or was that just a... That was a bug. Never mind. Yeah, that was a bug. Okay, I'm tripping. No, because when I did this, it activated theirs. I was like, what? So basically what that change was, it gives me another power tag. So now we're at 5, so we get 70% instead of 50. And then on the receive one, because we have 4 now, it does 50% instead of 30%. Was Ohira really power and receive? I thought he was just receive. Wait, hold on. Did they fix that? I swear on everything that Ohira was only receive. Like when I first picked him up. I swear on everything. No, there's no way. I swear he was just receive. Because I remember telling my friends that. Because I thought Goshiki was only power, and then I thought Ohira was only receive. Oh, great, I can't. Man. Oh, you can't see from here? Well, that sucks. I'm sorry, I have to check this. Oh, he is. Wait, no, that's serve, right? Dude, I'm bugging out right now. I swear Ohira was just receive. Okay, well, anyways. So yeah, now that I have an extra wing spiker, we get another boost here. So we get the 3 wing spiker boost of getting their block and receive increased. And then for specialty bonus, now we get a power and a receive boost. So we get 70 and 50. Dude, that's actually like throwing me off like crazy. And then deployment on, obviously with Tendo out, we don't have anything else. It must be like some sort of Mandela effect. I swear he was just receive. And maybe they like patched it like soon after, because I remember looking at him the moment he came out in that select recruit and seeing only the like light green receive one. Oh well. So that fixes my team. That helps. Now I want Saku's on the back row. Would it make sense to have Ohira here or here? Probably like this, right? So that he's in the back for receives. Because, I mean, what I've noticed from this game mode is that I win 5-0 anyways, for the most part. But when it becomes like, you know, 3-3 games or whatever, we want the rotation to go like this. So that Ohira is spending most of the time in the back row doing receives. Because I had Tendo here, because then I would have a rotation of having Hirugami here, Kurai here, and then Tendo here, so all 3 blockers in the front. So I think I'll keep it like this for now. All right. What do we have here? Which memory should I use on Sakusa if I don't have his? If you do have the Yura Bokuto one, that would probably be the best one. If not, SSR wise, I would probably say Tanaka's or Iwaizumi's. Who's the best libero to get besides the SP and Komori? Yaku, probably. Does the deployment bond between Hoshimi and Hinata not work for anyone else? They have a bond? Oh, so this one, as you can see here in the top right, it says deployable bond. And this one here, it doesn't have it. So basically, what that means is you just have to have both characters, and then this will happen. So my Kurai right now is getting a level 3 power boost, just because I have the Hinata. So you're not going to see it. How many applicants do we have now? We have 7. We got a couple people waiting. Alright, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Other questions you guys have before we get into the team reviews? Famous Steppa on TikTok with the follow. Araujo got a red card? You're lying. Oh my god. Dude, this guy? Brother, this guy. When it matters the most, he freaking chokes every single time. Was it a straight red or 2 yellows? It looks like it was 2 yellows. And Chelsea did score with the own goal. Oh my god, dude. Jeez. Oh, the club name is Oikawa's Cult. Right there. Okay, it looks like we don't have any further questions. So Mdot, are you ready to go? Do I even have you as a friend on Discord? I do. Where do you submit team reviews? In the Discord. The link is in the description. Crisp, if you're here and you want to put it in the chat, I can pin it. Is Komori good without Sakusa? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get Sakusa with 58 left guaranteed. Yeah, Komori is good without Sakusa. They're just really good together. Like, they're pretty much like SP characters together. But individually, like Sakusa is very good individually as well, but Komori just fits other people's teams more. Where is Mr. Mdot? Shoot him a message, see what he's saying. Oh yeah, Josh put the Discord in the... Is that the right link though? Hold on. I swear the link starts with like an H or something. Oh, it starts with a W. Just in case, Josh, I'm gonna put this link in the chat. just in case. Because that's the one I typically use. And after I get Sakusa, I plan on saving until the Beach Trio comes, so then I will be getting SP Bokuto and Akashi. Is that a good plan? My bad, I meant Komori. Oh, after I get Komori. Yeah, that makes sense. Did you see that if you choose hard on the Nekoma scrim, it has SP Kenma? I did see that. I posted it in the Discord. And people are like, oh, it's bots, it's bots. I'm like, I know it's a bot. I'm not playing against a real person, but I thought it was kind of crazy. Because I saw his profile picture. I'm like, that's not Kenma. Okay, Mdot's gonna be ready in 2 minutes, so I will be right back. You guys entertain yourselves. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Alrighty, we're back. Riley Luong, why this live so buns? Well, it's probably the only buns you'll see in your life. Anyways, we're going with the team reviews now. So I'm going to call Mdot. I hope this doesn't... I hope this doesn't go crazy on the audio. Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's the sound? How's my mic?
Sounds good. Can you guys hear Mdot in the chat? As well as me, I guess. Because I have no idea. Okay, we got a lot of yeses. You can hear both of us.
Perfect.
Sick. Okay, cool. How you doing, man?
Good. Just getting off work, but I'm chilling. How are you?
So you're based in Toronto, eh?
Yeah, Toronto. Been here all my life, pretty much.
Sick. No, it's good because one thing when I started making like videos and stuff, I really wanted to get the whole. I guess I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of Canadian content creators out there. You know what I mean? Especially here in Vancouver.
That's facts.
So, yeah, the fact that we got Canadians kind of in this community is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's how I actually found you. I'm pretty sure that's how I realized you're Canadian.
Yeah.
From one of your videos because I heard the accent.
The accent.
and then I think when I joined your stream, you confirmed that you're from Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let's go. We're getting it right up.
That is sick. Okay, so for the people who don't know who Mdot is, he also makes Haikyu Fly High videos. He's a up and coming, I guess you could say, a newly added member to the community. So he's specifically focuses on things like peak challenge and skill resonance on players and stuff like that. So make sure to check out his channel. Josh or Chris, if you're in the YouTube chat, if you want to link his channel in the chat, that'd be great.
Yes, please, and thank you.
So what we're gonna do is first I'm gonna mute the Haikyu stuff because I want to come back to the game later, and then I will minimize that. All right. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to just are you gonna view my stream?
I have it. I have Discord open as well, so if we can match up which team we're looking at, I guess.
So I'm just gonna go from the bottom of unread for me. So for you, it's probably gonna be different. So honestly, I think the best way to do it is maybe to look at it on stream.
Sure.
Okay, now I just lost it. Where the heck? Oh. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, your stream's buffering. Hold on.
No worries.
Okay, we're good. All right.
Yeah, so for the people on YouTube, that link that Josh just put is the link to Mdot's channel, so go subscribe. Alright, so the first team review for today we have from Dav. And they say, down the line, I want to get SP Oikawa, Iwaizumi, and either SP Nishinoya, Ushijima, or any SP middle blocker. Should I go for the Kuro rebanner in the meantime and get Komori as well? I don't know why their thing is so dark.
It's so dark.
I don't know what's going on here. So their first question being, should they get the UR Kuro? Now, I'm looking at this,
Kuro
and I'm
Komori as well.
It's not really necessary in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think?
UR Kuro, I think, like you said, I don't think it's necessary, especially because it's the last 8 hours before you can get them. There's gonna be other middle blockers that you can get anyways in the future that would probably support this team. And for now, that Yaku and Liev bond there is sufficient enough to kind of, hold itself. Once you get Komori, though, I would probably switch out Liev for, like, I see you have Washio on the bench. I think he would be a pretty good fit here in terms of more of a blocker, right?
Yeah, I think individually...
Your Kuro.
Yeah, individually, Lev is probably not the best middle blocker to have, but because he's there with Yaku, it's fine for now. And I do agree, like, maybe having a Washio or, like, a different middle blocker that's an SSR, you can put him in after you get Komori. So I kind of agree there.
Yeah, but for the Kuro, I don't think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah, you're really not gaining a whole lot by doing that.
Yeah. He says he wants to get SP Oikawa, SP Oizumi, and then any SP middle blocker, SP Ishijima. Yeah, no, I mean that's very far in the future, so I don't think you have to worry about that right now. Because in terms of like saving for it, there's so many banners in between that, so you don't have to worry too much about that. The only thing is any SP middle blocker. So I don't know, maybe you want to put in the SP Kuro when he comes out, or like a SP Tsuki.
Yeah, I think a lot of like the big misconception out there is that these SP characters are going to be coming out very like frequently, but that's just not the
Hmm.
case.
Yeah, it's far from now for sure. The thing is, with how things are going in global, they are speeding up the banners, right, compared to what they have in JP and Taiwan.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think in JP it might be 3 weeks. I don't know if that's correct. But for us, we're skipping rebanners, stuff like that. Um, and we'll have banners running alongside each other as well, and only for 2 weeks. So I get what they mean. If in terms of saving and stuff, it might be tougher in global. But I think that's also why our currency is also less. So it's, I guess, a double-edged sword.
Yeah, like I said in my last the video I uploaded yesterday that the best thing I could say or recommend is or at least give you guys a different perspective on it is that for me personally, I skipped the UR Bokuto banner. I skipped the Mia twins, so that's 3 UR banners. I had about 18,000 diamonds. I reduced my pity into the 50s, and then I was able to pick up Karai, Hirugami, as well as Sakuza, all back to back to back. Picked up all
Hmm.
their characters. Um, Karai, I did get skill res too. Probably shouldn't have done that, but anyways, as well as the as their memories, and so that's
Yeah.
3 UR banners on the preface that diamonds are, or sorry, the SP tickets are 150 diamonds, and the pity is also going to be 140. I don't know if that's going to be the case for us. I assumed it's the pity and stuff. I'm assuming that they're going to keep it the same as JP in Taiwan, but in terms of the diamonds per ticket, I would assume it's going to be the same as the UR tickets. I don't think it makes any sense for it to be anything more than that. But
Right.
yeah, that's the kind of, I wouldn't say benchmark, but that's kind of a guide I would say, because that's what I did and that's how I was able to get my characters. So as long as most of the stuff are the same in terms of resources and pity and stuff, 3 UR banners that you save up for, you should be able to get 3 SP characters, etc.
Hmm.
So what would you rate this team out of 10, sir?
Out of 10, I do like. Okay, so in terms of the team synergy, you have the Liev and Yaku there for quick, but you have a power setter. I would say like a 7, because that bond is still pretty good, and then you have like all the other like required power players anyways. So I would say 7. But once you get Komori for sure, and then you replace your Liev with a better actual blocker, middle blocker, I could bump that up to like an 8, 8.5 maybe.
So what's your rating based off of like scale wise? Because I've said mine a bunch
Hmm.
of times, but like what do
What's
you
yours?
look for?
I like to think of current to near future right
Okay.
now, because like, you know me, I'm more so the meta, right? So
Yeah.
I always look at meta at this point in the game, and maybe like with the next couple banners. But I think I remember you said that you also take SPs into account, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, I Yeah, in my opinion, I'm gonna be basing it off of the current meta and the future, like near future, maybe like a month in from now.
Okay, that makes sense. Somebody in my chat says I'm not feeling okay. It might just be me, but he sounds nasally.
I
Listen, this
kind of get
Canada winter.
there's a cold, there's a flu going around. I was sick, really sick last week. If you saw my like most recent videos, I was like nasally as shit, like it was bad.
Dude, this
But I'm still
Canadian weather,
recovering. Yeah,
the Canadian cold during October through December is no joke.
yeah.
Um,
I see another question there. Is there going to be a power blocker? Not really power blocker, but middle blockers that focus more on blocking specifically. And also, once we get into position lists, you can kind of play around with or without middle blockers anyways. If you think having an extra like wing spiker there will buff your team better.
Well, yeah, if you look at the wing spikers who can be good blockers, it's really just Korai and Kenji from Date Tech, and Kenji's not really used a whole lot. So I would definitely look to have at least one middle blocker in there, whether that is a Hirugami or like an SP middle blocker. But yeah, like for me, for example, I'm going to be dropping one middle blocker and probably putting another wing spiker in to have Korai, SP Bokuto, and Sakuza in for the
Hmm.
future. So that's probably my plan, but I don't know. It just depends, really. Um, let's see. Somebody in the chat said somebody said shove garlic up that nose and eat spicy food.
I just had some spicy chicken today.
Nice. Anything
Anyways, what's your
else?
rating for this team? You didn't say yours.
I think for me personally, I do like that it's mostly power based, and yeah, I do understand the quick of Lev and Yaku kind of being out of place here, but I do like the bonds that they do have. I think Bokuto. I think this is kind of an ideal team to have Bokuto in, especially if you're free to play. If you have other guys who can really kind of carry the load, because realistically, when you have these kind of characters who are really good at attacking, you don't really notice Bokuto being kind of in his down mode. If he's your only UR player, then that's
Mhm.
kind of an issue for me personally. But in this case, he fits in absolutely fine. I'd probably say this team's a 7.5 out of 10. But yeah, a couple of additions, you definitely are in that 8 to 9 range. Cool.
Agreed.
So let's go back now. And we got to scroll all the way down. So also keep in mind that, as you can see, the date of these posted is pretty much a week ago. So like that person asking for the UR Kuro had a
Right,
week
right.
to do it. So it's something that I usually forget. I don't think I've done this team. This team looks very interesting. So we have Super M and says, "What should I do next? Should I focus? Should I hold and focus my current team and wait for SP Akashi and Bokuto?" So a little bit better on quality here. Interesting. So they went with the Datitech 4, and then they have Akaji with Korai and Hirugami. So their question being, should they just wait for the SP Akashi and Bokuto at this point? I don't know. What do you think? Because their setter is this dude, and do we want to stick out with him till March or whatever, till
Yeah,
February?
yeah. I do think probably getting a at least an SSR setter. Uh, maybe if you can get like kanji or something, you can still
Yeah,
have that bond, right? If you want to keep that bond. I do think a UR setter would definitely, even if it's not like SP Akashi, if you can maybe get Okawa in the rerun, that would be beneficial for this team, just so you have a better setter. In terms of the SP stuff, even though that comes out like yeah, we don't know, maybe probably like March if you do the math. That gives you enough time to plan out your polls accordingly there as well, even if you do go for Oikawa here, in this next rerun. But this, like you said, this is a free to play team, and I think he said they started like a week ago or something before posting this.
I'm not too sure about that, but it
Oh,
kind of looks like it because you see, like he has nobody on the
yeah, because
bench
this
and
he has an
stuff.
S. Yeah, exactly. And that team rating still at 77. Like it's very still like early game.
Yeah,
I think this is fine for early game. Like even in the early game, having a team bond is especially already pretty good. It can get you through most content. So yeah, early game is fine. Meta wise, obviously, you'd want to get a better setter
yeah.
in that
I
case.
think if we actually look at this thread here, he does post another thing. When is that? 3 days later, and he
Oh,
does actually have the kanji. So
oh, okay.
at the very least, he did. I guess
He got that
somebody,
upgrade.
yeah, somebody kind of let him know. And so this is kind of the new team that he has. It looks
Hmm.
like. So yeah, again, basically just piggybacking off of what you said is this is very much usable for the meantime.
I think this is actually a great synergy team. If
It
you're
really
looking
is.
at Hiragami and Hoshiumi there, because they're all blockers, like This is like a great blocking team.
It is. It really is because
Uh,
everybody here has the blocking tag, I believe, right?
yeah, this is not. I wouldn't say this is like completely meta because obviously you don't see Dateko in like the top 100 or whatever.
No.
But for yeah, for like free to play, I think that's pretty impressive being able to get this specific team. Um, I just don't know where you'd want to go in the future because you have to sacrifice the bond, the team bond.
Yeah, that's the only issue I see is that, like, yeah, you could get a Komori here and replace Akaji, but in terms of really improving your team in the future, the main positions are here, so you're gonna have to break it up eventually. I would probably start first with maybe getting rid of Kanji, even though he's a new addition, just because the setter kind of sets the tone for your team. But at the end of the day, like this is actually one of the more unique teams I've ever seen doing these team reviews, which is always fun to see. So for me personally, in terms of a team rating, I would probably give this. I want to give it a higher rating, but it just doesn't stack up with the better
I do
teams.
too. Yeah.
So I would have to give it like a 7, I'd say.
I was gonna go lower. I was gonna go 6 because I gave the other one like a 7. So with this, I
Oh yeah,
like
that's
the
fair.
uniqueness of the team. Uniqueness wise, this is like a 8.5, like 8 to 9 out
Yeah,
of 10. But in terms of like in the meta, yeah, this is like a 6 probably.
yeah. I think
And
I'm usually
the thing
generous with
is,
the ratings.
with this team, you have so much potential. You can go anywhere, right? You have so many different options because you're basically building around Kamo meta here,
Yeah,
right? You're not locked to getting any other type of position or bonds, team bonds. No, sorry, player bonds. Um, yeah, you have so many options that you can go through from here.
yeah. I think that's the beauty of having Korai and Hirugami is because they just fit into every single team imaginable, and so having this team as your kind of starter team, you could literally transition into anything you want to while having those two guys still there. So yeah, this it's not like you're in a terrible spot, but it's very unique to begin with, and I can give a lot of points based off that. But yeah, it depends on where you want to go. Really, you could go with the Beach Trio and like upgrade your Ione, for
Yep.
example. There's a ton of things you could do. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Beach Trio plus, and then Kanji comes out later as well. So
Right,
if you
right.
want
I
to
always
upgrade to
forget about the SP
Date cool.
kanji.
Yep. You can
Oh,
do that.
righty. That was a fun team. I'm so used to seeing like Oikawa, Ushijima, or like Mia Twins. And righty. So the next team, I don't know what your name is, but they said again, not too sure as to what I'm doing here right now. I'm trying to get Hirugami to replace Ione or Suki, but other than that, I'm pretty stuck on what to do next. Should I go for more bond/school bonds? So when they released or when they posted this, it was November 18th. So I think Hirugami was
during
gone.
during Hogami. Yeah.
Oh no, Hirugami, yeah, he was available for one more day. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm assuming this is the only issue with doing these team reviews is because there's so many that I just can't keep up. So I'm assuming that they didn't pick them up,
Hmm.
Hirugami. So going based off that, they said
Hmm.
what to do next in terms of because obviously they don't have a school bond here, and it's kind of hard to do any school bond when you have one Shiratorizawa, one Alba Josai, one Datetek, one Fukurodani, one you know what I mean. So
Right.
and also if you look at your team rating, you're kind of entering that phase of team bond not being the main priority. If I would say,
Yeah.
I would look at more dual bond. So like you said, like getting Hirugami would be ideal here because you have Karai. And if you look at your other UR characters, there's not really like unless you want to get Tendo, but is that really
I think
worth
putting
it?
Tendo in for Ione here could um increase the team's, I guess, viability. But if you don't have the resources for that at the moment, then that's fine. I think Ione can stay there and then maybe pick up an SP middle block or maybe get the SP Ione, right?
Yeah,
In the future. I think the actual team itself is actually really good. They know how to focus around like power, especially because you have Nishinoya there. Hopefully that's a dupe Nishinoya. At
yeah,
least skill res 2, so you don't get that stamina issue. But Yeah, I find Nishinoya really good, especially for the power teams. And if you don't have any dupes on like Oikawa, that's sorry, on Ushijima or Bokuto, because Nishinoya gives that cooldown reduction, right? So
Yeah.
he's able to, it helps you guys, it helps your power spikers spam their ultimates. Um, yeah, I think this is still pretty solid. It's just the middle blocker that's the weakness. So I think picking up any other type of maybe SP or a rerun of like Hirogami or something in the future, that would work as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, if you look at their bench, they really have some good SSRs here.
Horizontally invested, yeah.
Like, like they can really transition because I think SSRs are still going to be pretty viable. I think probably for the next like 3 months, I would say, because there's once you get into the SPs, it really becomes selective at that point because like I would say Kita is still going to be strong because of the Mia twins.
Mhm.
I think like people like Iwaizumi though and Tanaka, they're slowly going to phase out. Um, and then depending on
Yeah,
your team, like Yaku might still be viable. So it becomes very selective at that point. But right now, for guys who don't really know what to do with their team, you can still pick up SSRs like Tendo, like I don't know, whoever really fits your team. And so I wouldn't be too pressed on like changing your team too much because this is still a very good team. But like you said,
it's a
like
really
the
good
middle,
core. Yeah.
the middle blockers though are just the kind of the I wouldn't say the weak spot of your team, but it's definitely the easiest place that you can improve. So yeah, I would just focus on improving there. I don't think they had any. What was there? Sorry, let me just read this. Oh yeah, so in terms of like bonds though, yeah, Nishinoya, I would keep him just because of the synergy with power teams. And then if you really want to get bonds at both middle blocker positions, you could get SP, Tsukishima, and Kuro. That's an option. Or if you do just want to get the SP Ione with Akashi and Bokuto, that probably makes sense as well. It really just depends.
Hmm. Yeah.
So for a rating out of 10, what would you give this team?
This one is like a 7.5 for me.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the last team, but I don't think it's better than the first team that we saw. And I think I gave it an 8. No, I gave that one a 7.5 as well. Um, yeah, I think I'll agree with you on the 7.5. Just a couple of
Yeah,
additions here will make it better. It's
it's
still a very solid
solid
team.
core. Solid core. Yeah, just making those additions, I think it'll you can bump it up for sure.
Alrighty, so let me just read the chat real quick. So Chris said, thing is with this rotation is that sure, Hiragami gets the good serve, but then he's out of the rotation because Libero subs in and he doesn't give the immovable stacks anymore. I think that was the last team.
That was the last team.
I believe
Let's
so.
check.
So the thing is, I don't really take rotations into account too much, if I'm being totally honest. So
Yeah,
it would be
I was
this one.
totally not looking into it either. But yeah, in terms of I guess rotation, where would I put it? It's tough. Um, I think you definitely want Hiragami in the front though,
I would
because he
say,
provides all the
yeah.
buffs.
I would say you probably want Hirugami here, and then you want Karai here, and then that would leave
Hmm.
if you do the rotation. Well, actually, no, you could just swap them. Actually, that would have Aone serving. That doesn't really. What if you do the actual like
Yeah,
full
that's the tough
rotation?
part.
So if you go,
And Kanji's over there on 5, so you kind of just like swap them over.
yeah,
Um,
or what you could
it's tough
do
because
if you,
yeah, I'm saying it's tough because it's every one of them. I think except for Sasaya has a block skill, right?
yes,
So every single one of them wants to be in the front.
yeah, that's the. I guess that's the only issue, huh? And then obviously, if you have Karai in the back, he helps with receives.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
it's a
just
bit of a
think
tough one.
having Hirogami and Hoshiumi on the court as long as you can is your priority
Yeah,
because you want their bond and you also want specifically Hirogami's buffs when when the ball crosses the net or whatever it is. So I wouldn't mind sacrificing Ione to go to the back
Well, I was gonna
on
say
this.
like if we just like swap the URs with Kenji and Aone, and then he has an SR Sugawara here. I would assume that at some point he'll pick up the SR Yamaguchi. So maybe you could pinch serve for Ione there. That could be an option.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. You can put in a pinch server. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't use it because it's not really. I wouldn't say it's not necessary, but it's just not like it's not implemented like how real volleyball does it. So people don't really use it a lot because they're like, okay, it has to be a middle blocker. So
Hmm.
it's really only Yamaguchi that works.
Yeah. In the future, though, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do it for any position because
Yeah.
it's positionless. Yeah.
All right. So Chris says Chelsea's winning and Araujo got a red card. Yeah, I know. I know. We don't need to do that. Somebody said SP and UR tickets are separate, so they could still try it and get more. Yeah, but I just don't see them doing that. How does one get so good? I've been playing months and I'm only at 89k. So unfair. What would you say to that? How does one get their team rating up?
Okay. So the first thing you want to focus on is your levels. So getting them as high as possible. If you're hard capped at like 70, because obviously the resource to 80 is really tough. Um, I still think getting all your at least your main team to at least 70, and then trying to get you one of your URs to 80. That would be like a main goal there. And then after you get your at least URs to 80, you can start working on what is it, the memories, getting those to 80. In the meantime, while trying to get your level up as well. Um, and then after is like potentials. That's like an afterthought. That's like the last thing you want to go over. Making sure that you have the right potentials as well, and actually leveling them up. Those really boost your team rating, especially at the end, when you're kind of in that late game or like late upgrade stage.
Yeah, I would say like especially yeah with the potentials there's two things. One, that needs to be your last priority, but two, when you get to that stage you really need to understand how it works, because a lot of people are just like, oh, my Ushijima power attack, we're just going to choose all power stuff, and they have like maybe 3 power vibes and 3 power rises, and it just doesn't make
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
They're not getting the full effects of it. They don't understand that substats are random at times, and they could have chosen things like awareness, which will really help Ushijima, versus maybe like for example, like I um not that I didn't know, I just wasn't paying attention, and one of my or I'd say like two of my potentials on Ushijima were receive based for whatever reason. I think I just auto did it like at one point and forgot
Uh-huh.
about it. And I had that moment. It wasn't on stream. It was during a YouTube video. I was like, "What the heck is this?" So then I had to change it. But the amount of boosts you can get
Yeah,
from potentials and stuff, you really just need to pay attention to the little things, and you'll get a significant boost.
for sure. That and also looking at the rate, like not the ratings, the bonds as well. So if you can get these deployment bonds, um, that's another way of increasing your character and team rating, and even like the passive bonds as well. So if you're lucky enough to like maybe like lose like a 50-50 and get a character even though you're not going to use them, having them just in your inventory will give the other player, like one of your main players, a buff because of the passive bonds.
Yeah, somebody said in my chat, they were like, is the Kurai Hinata bond working for anybody else? And they don't understand the difference between deployment bonds and just general bonds, I
Hmm.
should say. And yeah, just having the characters when it doesn't say deployment bond, you will still get the benefits of that bond. But if it's deployment bond, they need to be on the court at the same time.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and that also,
go ahead.
sorry, that also increases based off of that those characters levels too. So um, it's up to you. I don't think it's worth it increasing the other character, even though you're not going to use them. But even just having them is you get a little bit of a boost anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. So the person who originally asked the question followed up and says, My players are all around level 70, but to get to 80, I need to spare SSRs, don't I, to promote.
Mhm.
So it's not SSRs that you need. It's you could use the N star or N rated characters. You just need them to be a certain star. So you need to collect a bunch and use them to promote. You don't need to use SSRs to promote. It will make it easier in terms of XP and stuff because they're higher in rarity, but that's not what you want to do. I believe that's the question.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
anyways, let's get into the next one. So we have Leo who says, "I want to get Oikawa, but what should I do next?" Sakuzan Komori, thank you, love your videos. Thank you for the support. All right, so they want to get Sakuzan Komori, as well as Oikawa.
Mhm. Yes, those three will definitely. That's the best power team right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's literally
Yeah.
the best team you could have is Oikawa here, Sakuza here, Komori here. You keep the rest of your guys, and then you have Tendo for the Ushijima bond.
Okay.
However, I'm looking at this team, and I'm assuming this is a free-to-play account, and so that looks very unlikely, considering that Sakuza is only out for another week. Then you have Oikawa out for 2 weeks, and then in between those 2 weeks, you have Komori coming out. So
Right.
let's just say they had to prioritize
One or
one.
two.
Let's
One.
just say one, and then maybe two.
Okay. I think. I think Oikawa would be a good upgrade, but I do think the priority here is Komori.
Why is that?
What do you think? Because well, obviously you have Yaku there, but he supports quick teams, right? Um, and I don't see a Nishinoya on the bench. And assuming if he does have a Nishinoya, he probably doesn't have him duped either, so that's not going to be as useful. And obviously Komori is going to be the only UR libero for a while, or at least until SP Nishinoya comes out. And I think that would be a way bigger upgrade to this team because you'll have a rarer type of player, I guess, in terms of like liberos. Whereas there's other types of SSR or not SSR, UR setters that you can get or SP setters that you can get that are coming out, right?
Yeah, so that makes
That
a
makes sense to
ton
you?
of sense. Yeah, no, like because Komori is the like the Swiss Army knife when it comes to
Yeah,
characters coming out, where you can really just put him anywhere in any team, and he'll benefit you in some way, shape, or form. When it comes to the other two, like having Akashi as your setter, like for now, like right now it's level 47, so they must have recently got him, but he is, in my opinion, the best SSR setter, especially for power attack based teams.
agreed. Yeah.
So you could definitely ride him out for a little bit. And Iwaizumi here, I mean, it's not like he's out of place. He's definitely a viable power wing spiker. And so, yeah, having Yaku here is not really benefiting the team in any way other than his like individual kind of skills. So, yeah, definitely getting Komori would be the priority. And then I would say, honestly, if you can't pick up Sakuza, then I would just ride out with this team plus Komori until a different option comes out, because you really have to be smart with your resources in terms of pulling people in this game. And
Mhm.
so getting Oikawa, would it help? Yes. Getting Sakuza, would it help? Yes. But it's like you have to kind of pick and choose.
Yeah. And I see Shin's comment. It says, wouldn't it be better if you got Komori and Bokuto since he has Akashi? I think that's also viable if we were to pick two.
Yeah.
But I do think just getting Komori would be good enough, and then maybe saving for SP, Akashi, and Bokuto would be better.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is that's definitely an option. Because yeah, he already has the Akashi, but I think at this point, for people who didn't pick up Bokuto the first time around, myself included, picking him up now with his rebanner doesn't make a ton of sense, because the SP1 is scheduled to come out, relatively soon, right? And
Mhm.
it's not like Oikawa Iwaizumi, for example, which I believe like the timeline for us is like in the summer of next year, maybe June,
They
something
just
like
came
that.
out in Japan like last month, right? Like
Yeah, it was like in
so.
October, so it's gonna be a very long time. If Bokuto was slated to be released then, that changes the question a lot,
Yeah.
right? But because that's not the case, and they're supposed to come out in like end of February, that's still relatively soon. So yeah, at that point, I would just like wait for the SP Beach Trio to come out, and then you could also replace Tendo. So then you have a full UR
Yeah,
team
get
with
that
three
bond as
SP
well. Yeah.
characters. So alrighty, so what would you rate this team out of 10?
Hmm. It's not bad. Um, 6.5. I wouldn't say it's better than any of the sevens that we've seen so far. I would say 6.5. Getting Kamari will bring it up to a 7 for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you here. But the only thing for me is that the only person that really sticks out is Yaku for not fitting in. So I'm more inclined to lean towards 7, but I think I'll agree with you on the 6.5.
I think if he had Bokuto and he has Akashi here, that would be like a 7, 7.5. But he doesn't have Bokuto and he has Akashi, so that's why I would rate it lower.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody on TikTok said, "What's my Discord?" So are all my mods on TikTok gone? Did people just leave? I believe so. Oh yeah, Deku. Oh yeah, Deku's sick. My bad. Okay, so for the people on TikTok who want to join the Discord, the best thing to do is just to click the link in my bio on TikTok and head to the YouTube live or the Twitch live, because for whatever reason the Discord link in my link tree is not working for people. I don't know why. So yeah, just do that, because even if I link it in the TikTok chat, unfortunately, TikTok doesn't have linkable, or yeah, clickable links, I should say. Yeah, so just go just go to the YouTube live, because Chris has it linked in the chat, and I also have it pinned as well. Shin says we should have Mdot team reviews. Hey, listen, that's why he's here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe I'll do it, but I don't know. I have to build my community first.
well, that's the main thing, right? That's why I'm like, I'm not afraid to like just have you jump in into these streams, because I'm no like, if you had your own Discord server or something like that, like I would say it wouldn't be like, you wouldn't just have enough to make a full video. You know what I mean?
Oh, my team review. That's what he meant.
Oh, his actual team. Oh,
Damn,
well,
you want to go through that?
isn't your team? I keep getting your team and Crisp's team mixed up. Yours is hold on, I can pull it up here, I think, right?
Yeah, it's in peak challenge.
Um, sure, why not? All right, sir. Yeah, your team is Inarasaki based.
Rate my team.
This team sucks. It's a 0 out of 10. This team is bullshit. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
I don't have the bond. It's a 0. Like I was saying, I think that I starting there with Sakusa was doing better for me than having Kita there.
Dude, you have an
Like that's my
SSR
experience
libero. You suck, dude. Dude, you're not even in the top 3 for P challenges. Get good.
I know, not in the top 3.
Get
I
good.
was, and then this guy took over. But
If I'm being totally honest, like it's very interesting because obviously you have the Mia twins, and you actually pointed out something earlier before we jumped into a call, is you actually prefer to have Sakusa starting over having the team bond. Why is that?
um, so my Sakusa, if you look at him, he's pretty duped up. Let's say
God damn.
yeah. So with Sakusa though, his rating itself is way higher. It brings the team rating way higher than just Kita and the team bond.
Right.
And also find it easier with Sakusa as well in terms of like spiking because Kita does not have a spike.
Right.
And then there is a certain turn, I guess, where I'm on cooldown because Kita doesn't have a spike. So having Sakusa there is way more worth it because then I have Osamu, Korai, and then Sakusa available to spike. And then I think when by the time things people get tired because I don't have Kita, I do have the Ushi and the Oikawa on the bench. So I would sub them in for the twins if they get tired.
You have a zero dupe Ushijima. You suck, dude. You don't even have his memory.
Yeah,
God damn.
I don't.
Get good.
my Okawa's only level
Oh
70 though.
my god, dude, you suck, man. Jeez, what the heck? Look at these potentials, dude. Level 6? My goodness, couldn't be me. Could never be me.
Yeah, I picked them up early game. I knew I was like focusing to get to twins, so I didn't put too much into them. That's why.
yeah, in terms of your team, I mean, you can't really get much better than that in terms of
It
an Inarizaki team, if we're being totally honest. Because like, yeah,
yeah,
you could put in Kita, but like you said, there's drawbacks to that. And then obviously you have
I
Karai
think
Hirugami.
yeah, I think if you do get the max Kita or like a 6 dupe Kita, and then your Sakusa is only at 1 dupe, then that's a pretty good argument to
Holy
keep
crap.
Kita in. Oh, I bought the get chain back. That's why.
Oh yeah, yeah, my bad. I forgot that was a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, same with
Um,
Aaron. He had a chain back.
I didn't do the RN chain pack
Yeah.
because I was trying to save. But I do want him to be duped up for club contest, so I'm working on that. But yeah, there's an argument there if you have a really high dupe SSR but only 0 dupe UR. So in that case, some people might have that situation where I think Keto would be better, especially because of and maybe they don't have a bench as well.
Yeah.
So Keto can keep the stamina up as well. So
Oh
I
my
think
god, you got Kurai's memory
that's his thing.
ascended too? My lord.
Yeah, I went all out for Korai. The next person I'm gonna go all out for is Kenma. I want a Kenma team.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
This receives. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's my
I'd
team.
probably rate your team like a 9 out of 10, maybe 8.5. I think when Komori comes in, that's probably like you could then like substitute Osamu and Atsumu for Oikawa and Ushijima, and the rating wouldn't really change. If I'm being totally honest, at that point, like you just get to choose whether you want the twins or you want
Yep.
these two. So I would say probably right
Yeah.
now an 8. Yeah, I'll give it a 8.5, and then Komori comes in, that's probably like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. The thing is, with the twins specifically, they don't really. The rest of the team doesn't really work with them. That's the sucky part about the
Yeah,
twins.
that's the only drawback.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking of just just transitioning later. But for the most part, so far the twins have been doing really well.
Yeah, like the number one guy is pretty much copying you here, except he has the power based, I guess, 3 at
Yeah,
that
right.
position.
And
So
that also boosts Sakusan Komori as well, right? With having like Okawa as a setter.
yeah,
So yeah, this is why I think all of his are like fully dupes.
I think so, because I saw the Nishinoya and I was like, dude, 5 for Rolling Thunder is
Oh,
crazy.
look at his is this Ushi that's max? Korai's definitely max. I know his Korai's maxed.
Yeah, Ushi's maxed, Karai's
Like I
maxed.
see I see these every
Sakuza, he's
day and they're
one
so
away.
scary.
Sakuza is one away. Kuro is not maxed, but close. Oikawa is close. Hirogami's maxed. Jesus Christ, dude, get a life. All right, let's go back into the actual team reviews.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay, so we did Leo's. Let's scroll down. Gosh, there's just so many. I try to keep up, but there's just too many. Okay, so
Literally
next
wait.
up we have top 1K with, is that Valorant? Valo? They said, hey, I've been playing the game for 2 weeks. I had a bit of luck with URs, but I don't know what to do now. I was thinking about Tachiyama Duo, Kurai, and Oikawa. Any advice? So they do have an update here. So let's just look at the updated team.
Mm-hmm. Nice. We
Okay.
got Sakusa.
So yeah, they do have the Sakuza picked up, which is very nice. By the way, what do you think of the instant training stuff that they brought.
Thank God they did that. No, I was saving up like my resource for Saksa anyways. But now that they came out with that, um, you're able to level up like with the resource that you're saving up. You're able to level up a different character. So that's what I did with Aran.
Right.
Hopefully, I know, right? If people was thinking the same thing, they can definitely put resources to a different character.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm glad they did. I don't even think JP had that, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I never seen anything related to that. So I do think that Hyken and the other creators who are part of that like network or whatever really got to
Hmm.
the devs in terms of telling them, because sometimes like as a developer, like yeah, you kind of know what's going on, but you don't know the full picture. And I think those guys did a good job of communicating to them, saying like, hey, we just don't have the resources for this. I think they were more alluding to UR tickets and SSR tickets and stuff like that,
Rather than
but at the very least we got this, because getting someone to level 80 takes a very very
yeah.
long time, very long time.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that. I'm sure they only did it because they are, they're being released before they were supposed to be released. Um, and people weren't ready because there was a lot of discourse, right?
Yeah,
People weren't ready for them. But yeah, you're right. I think they were talking about mostly like the pull currency, like the tickets and stuff. But this is another thing you could kind of argue that they weren't ready for level them up anyways either. So I'm glad they did that. And it's easy to just plug and play them anyways on whatever team you want too.
yeah.
So getting them and then fully duping them up will help any team. So, and not duping, sorry, leveling them up can help any team.
Just really quick, Justin on TikTok, see you later, thanks for the support. And I think there was another question. There was something, I think I missed it. Oh yeah, somebody said holy luck. Yeah, so I reread the statement here, and they're like, I've been playing the game for 2 weeks. I had a bit of luck with UR characters. They picked up Ushijima and Hirogami, so that was in between the Korai event, and then now they picked up
Oh
Sakusa,
yeah,
which is pretty crazy. And if you look at the rest of his team, like this is a very good team for 2 weeks. Like
that is true. Yeah.
that is insane luck, especially if they're free to play.
What are we looking at? So, are we looking at what to do next, or just the rating?
For
There's
this one, so they were saying I was thinking Itachi Yamaduo. So should they go
oh nice.
for Komori is the first question, and then they said Korai and Oikawa. I'm assuming that's going to be rebanners. So let's first talk about Komori in this team. I mean, it's pretty simple for me.
Yes. If you're lucky.
That's the only issue is because that's going to be your fourth UR in a row. I would say, like, if you can get Komori, that would be your number one priority. Don't worry about anybody else. But if you can't, then what should they do next?
Okay. You do have Oikawa coming out today as well. I would probably skip Oikawa for Komori here. Um, if yeah, like if you were to get Komori, try to put all your resources into Komori. Not worry too much about Oikawa. If you do miss Komori, I think Oikawa would be a good, I guess, next um next target.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously Korai and the Rebanner, which we don't know when that's gonna come. Just so you get that bond with Hirogami. And then for that other middle blocker spot, that could be anything. So any SP middle blocker in the future that could work, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I
And
I agree
yeah,
with everything you say. There's not
what else? Oh,
really anything
yeah,
else
there's
you
not
could do,
much.
if I'm being totally honest.
I just think just cleaning up the bonds here, the deployment bonds for sure.
Yeah.
If you're able to get the other duo for whatever it is, I think that would be the next target, next priority for you.
Yeah, I agree. So what would you rate this team out of 10?
Out of 10, uh, I would probably say a 6.
Yeah, I was leaning 6 as well. They said I believe this is this person said this is my team. They said, by the way, I got Ushijima in first pull. Is
Damn.
please clarify that that was first 10 pull and not first
10 pull,
single
right?
pull. Frantic, please on YouTube, please clarify. Was that a single UR ticket or was that 10? Because if that was a single UR ticket, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna do bad things to you. Because I felt like I was lucky. I got Ushijima in 50 pulls, so that's a mix of doing 10s and 1s.
Mm-hmm.
And when the game first started, so I got very lucky. Because like you know how like by default you have like the what's it called? The ticker like on the screen where it shows other people pulling things. I swear on the global server, I was one of the first people to pull Ushijima. Obviously, I wasn't online all the time, but I never saw the UR like
someone pulled
thing.
Ushijima. I knew I wanted the twin, so I'm like, I'm gonna skip Ushijima. But then I got FOMO.
You seen this?
Yeah.
This dude,
Hirogami at 14.
he pulled.
What the heck?
he pulled Ushijima on a single UR ticket, and Hirogami at 14.
Dude, just pull for every UR then.
You might as well. And then how much was Sakuza? Tell me Sakuza was at least like 70.
Like 100 at least.
Okay, 100. Okay. But if you can't pick up Komori, at the very least, you're reducing your UR pity for future banners. So then at that point, you could maybe just wait for the Karai rebanner to come out. At that point, potentially. So I don't know. We'll see. Did we do a rating? We did, right? It was a 6?
6. Yeah.
Cool beans. I think what I'm going to do is actually, I might just clip this up and put it and make a video on it, honestly. Just because it's hilarious. Okay, we got Crisp's input in here. So we got Kabachi. That's the team from my sis. She wanted to a team review too, and she don't know what to do. And for my team, you said I should play Nishinoya over Yaku, and I wanted to ask why. Left is the team for my sister, and right is my team. Okay, let's review the sister's team.
Okay.
So we have a power-based team going on here, and then we have Yaku with Kyotani and the practice version of Kuro. So I like the core of Bokuto, Akashi, and Kurai.
Yep.
And then Kyotani is in there and benefits from this. The other three, I mean, again, the middle block position you kind of have to take with a grain of salt because you have to play them and they're usually quick attack based. But yeah, having Yaku in, it's not because he'll be bad with power based teams. It's just that when you look at his abilities and skills and kind of the teams that he does better in, it's quick attack based teams. And so that's why I usually say Nishinoya in most cases, because most people have power based teams, unless you're like Mdot and the crazy person. But yeah, that's the main reason why. But this is a team with a good foundation. Yeah. Your sister's team here, and so moving forward, you could really just pull for Komori at this point. That would be the number one thing, and in my opinion,
it says there that she got an update. There's an update. There's another picture in that.
Oh, okay.
Thread.
Cool. Thanks for the reminder. So they did pull Kuro, so now that kind of changes things a little bit, depending. I don't know. How strong do you think the Kuro Yaku bond is?
Do they even have a bond?
I believe so.
I don't think they have a bond.
They don't? They swear.
No, I don't think so. Let me check my Kuro bond. They have a passive bond with Kai.
With Kai.
So you need Kai as well. Nobuyuki Kai. But anyways, because the deployment bond for Yaku is just Liev.
Right.
Just those two.
Yeah, I know for a fact that those two have one, but
yeah, and then obviously it's like Kenma and Kuro. But yeah, no, the Kuro pull was good. I think that did upgrade your team.
Yeah.
Like you said before with the Yaku's fine here, but it's not the best. I would probably prioritize trying to get Komori as always, if you can. Yaku wouldn't be too bad here. If you can't, another option would be Nishinoya if you can get them, especially because you're going for power-based teams.
Yeah.
If you can get him to at least two dupes, right?
Hmm.
But other than that, I don't think like you have a solid core, right?
Yeah.
And moving on from that, like I don't see anything other upgrades. Maybe Ushijima, uh, and well, he already has rebanner, right? So I don't think you can do that. And at some point, anyways, we're gonna get the positionless, and at that point, you can just take Kyotani out and put another wing spike there or something, right?
Yeah. 1 second here. My TikTok chat is a little bit confused. Yeah, I don't have my mod in there, so I need to actually. Do I still have it?
Do your thing.
Dude, somebody said they couldn't join my Discord. So then they said I couldn't join your Discord, so I sent you an email.
An email.
Because I have my business email like linked in my stuff.
uh,
That's so
that's
funny.
jokes.
Um yeah, no, my
Isn't there? I see it's pinned in the YouTube chat. At least I can see it.
yeah, it's just the TikTok one
Yeah,
because
in Discord.
you can't
Oh, you can't
unfortunately.
click.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a boomer. I don't do TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not really the only reason why I do it is because that's where my main following actually is. Because I have like I think we just recently hit 4,300 followers.
Damn.
So, yeah, the thing is, my mods on TikTok, they're actually all from Europe. They're all from like France.
Oh,
So they're like asleep right now. And also, if they're, I think, Deku said that she was sick, so that's not great either. So, um, that's the thing. On TikTok, I need like North American mods, and then on Discord, I need European mods because I think Crisp and Josh are both from North America. So, oh, we got a follow or something. We got Arda who just subscribed on YouTube. Shout out to you. Do, 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 do. Juan said, "How do I apply? I'm in Ontario."
apply.
Yeah, you send me your resume in Times New Roman font. No, I'm joking. Um, what do mods do anyways? Honestly, on TikTok, it's not as needed. Well, I would say not as needed. I would say it's not as interactive as YouTube and Twitch. On TikTok, I think the main thing you can do is like start polls and stuff, but I don't really do polls at the moment. But for people on YouTube and Twitch, it's like they link stuff in the chat and it just makes it easier and stuff like that. Because for the last like half an hour, I've been ignoring the TikTok chat because Deku and Kaiza as well as Maria do a good job on. They do a good job on like replying to people's stuff as well because they kind of know what I would say anyways. Okay, so did you rate this team yet?
No, yeah. We talked about where to go. This team with the Kuro, there's like not much going on. That's the thing. You do have the Bokuto Akashi. I would say like a 6, maybe 6. No, I think if you had Ushijima, that'd be like a 6.5.
Yeah.
I would say a 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I would also give it a 6 out of 10. So let's actually quickly go to his team now. So his team is a little bit different. So it does have the Ushijima, it does have the Kuro as well. No Hirugami though. I think the other one, no, the other one didn't have a Hirugami either. So yeah, just this is just a better version of the last team, if we're being totally honest.
Yeah, with the upgrades, I think this is better. I think again the Yaku here, just upgrading Yaku, and then this would be a solid team. I give it. Right now, I think it's like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Getting the Yaku, getting the Komori here would be like an 8.
Yeah, if they had Komori and Hirugami, that'd be like 8.5. So I'd say yeah, it's
Oh
like
yeah,
a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, oh, and he said for my team, should I play Nishinoya over Yaku? So we already kind of talked about that
Oh,
already. So
yeah.
they do have the
Depends on your
Nishinoya.
Nishinoya. If you
Yeah.
have two dupes, yes, he's worth it.
So Nishinoya at his skill res 2 reduces his cooldown from, or not cooldown, his stamina consumption from
It does stamina. Yeah,
35 to, what is it, 20?
I can pull it up. Hold on. Skill res too. Consumption reduced to 10
To 10. Oh, God.
because I think it's 20, right?
Oh, okay, okay. It starts lower.
It starts at consumes 20 additional stamina. So I think it's like 7 per alt. Like if you alt, he does like he reduces 7 stamina plus an extra 20 to do the actual um receive or whatever it is.
Right.
So that reduces to 10, so it's like 17 instead of 27. If you get his memory as well, that also does another um it restores an extra 2 stamina. So it's only like 15 stamina or something like that. So I do think if you get him at 2 dupe, that's enough to start playing him. Especially because his ult does give that cooldown to your power spikers.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's move on here. It's currently 1:54. Are you good to stay for the next hour, or you got stuff to do?
I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We'll
Just
we'll continue
finish things
along
off at
here.
work, so I'm good. Mhm.
So this person, xbab, says, "What should I change, and what is the second team good for?" I'm a little confused as to what that
Oh,
means, but
like number 2, like a second team,
oh, up there.
like team
Okay.
1, team 2. Right? Yeah.
Okay, we got a lot going on here.
Hmm. Uh, he has Keats on the bench.
Yeah.
I think Keats over Bokuto here would be better. He also has Kuro on the bench. So I don't see why.
Yeah, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. So
Yeah.
I understand the Atsumu Osamu stuff going on here. That's why Ushi's on the bench, and also he's level 80 and they're level 70. So
Yeah.
I get it from
That
that
makes sense.
perspective. If we're taking a look at the rest of the team though, like yeah, why is Kuro on the bench for Tsukishima is not gaining anything by being on here? So that's a little bit of a interesting thing. Kita being on the
Yeah.
bench, um, I don't know.
I would put Keita on the court.
Yeah, I would say I would put him on the court for Bokuto probably.
Yeah, and then what you can do is pinch serve with Bokuto.
Oh, you would pinch serve him.
Like
That's
if you put Kita on the court, right,
yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
Bokuto is, and then when Kita serves, you have Bokuto serving just for that one couple points or whatever it
Well,
is.
you would know better than me
Um,
because your team is Inarizaki based, but would it be worth it to sub Kita out at any point in the match for Bokuto?
oh, like starting with Bokuto, you mean?
No, no, like starting with Kita and then subbing Kita out for Bokuto at some point.
If your Bokuto has a better serve, I guess so. Yeah. Um, this team will also run into the same uh, issue that I run into, where you run out of spikers
Right.
if you have Kita in. Um, if that's not a like a issue for you, I mean, I'm able to get around it. Like you just do like a normal spike, whatever it is, and you'll have Hirogami there to block anyways, and then Korai when he moves up. I wouldn't have Atsumu. I just realized the rotation. I wouldn't have Atsumu at the front. I would put him at serving.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't think you would take out Kitsa for Bokuto unless he has like a better serve. I don't know Bokuto skills too much. I haven't really done too much research into him. Um, but I think he has like a serve skill, does he not?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
The only thing I
So
don't know about him is his skill resonance and stuff like that. But he has
yeah, I haven't
a
looked into that either.
yeah, I know for a fact that he has a serve, a spike, and then his training ability is like the whole down mode thing.
Yes.
So
Okay.
when he's in Team Morale
So
Awakening, he goes crazy, but then after that it's like nothing.
Yeah, so you can have
Um,
him serve if you want. You can have him serve for that one rally if you do want to use him. Right? You have, by all means, if you don't want to use him and keep Kita in, that's fine. But if you want to put him in to serve over Kita, you can use it for that one rally. And if the ball comes back to you, you can have him spike, so you can refresh the cooldown for the other spikers as well.
his skill res 4 is pretty cool. It's when his spike result is not bad, the cooldown of team build ace is reset, which is
Yeah, so you can spam his ult as
his
well. Yeah.
ultimate, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I would for this team I would have Kita starting for sure. And
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, you could definitely do the pinch serve because at the very least you'll get Bokuto in once, and then maybe down the line if you need somebody else for offense, then you can just sub Kita out for Bokuto.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely get this Kuro in. I don't know why it's on the bench.
Kuro, yeah, for sure. Kuro, I think Comey on as Liv is fine. He does have a good skill set, I think, in my opinion. In terms of, I think does he reduce or does he give morale? I think he reduces morale. He reduces your opponent's morale, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it?
And
Yeah,
at the
if
very
receive
least,
result is not bad.
he also, I mean, it doesn't look like it, but if you do have the skill res 2 Kuro, you can spam his ultimate, which is a quick attack,
Yep.
which is always nice.
Yep.
But that also gives you another
Or his skill.
option
Yeah.
for offense there as well. So what would you give this team a rating out of 10?
Mm, I think. Okay, are we including the Kuro? If Kuro was there.
Um, do one without and do one with.
Okay, without Kuro, this team right here, um, I would say, oh, and the same thing with the Kita, right?
Yeah,
So with this team that you have here on the court, this is like this 6.5 or 7 to me.
yeah. I think I am gonna lead in 7.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead in 7.
With them both in, what would you say with them both in, Kita and Kuro?
That for me, because at that point your only quote unquote weakness is your libero, and if
Mhm.
you get a Komori, or if you get because you have 3 Interzaki players, if you get Akaji, I think it's a 7.5. Maybe
Yeah.
it's pushing 8, but I'd say 7.5.
Yeah, that's why I went 6.5 because I wanted to give the other one 7.5.
Yeah,
So it seems like there's a bigger upgrade because it kind of is an upgrade if you have both of them for sure.
it
So
definitely is. Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Also,
6.5 and it's
they
still
said
good.
what is the second team good for?
Are they referring to the bench or are they referring to the like this, like team number 2? Like you can have
I
4 teams.
let's just assume it's a team number 2.
You can't really see it, but what I usually use that for is for when you're in peak challenge. You can set up a defense. So I use
Yeah.
that one for defense. Um, because you want to have your best character serving, right? So if you win a point, if your defense wins a point, you do a rotation. So that your first server is actually in this case, it's gonna be Bokuto, right? In that case, that's fine because you want him serving. But sometimes people don't change their defense or set up a lineup for defense. So their best server is actually in that one spot, and then they get rotated out when you win the point. So you don't actually get them serving.
Yeah, so that's something I learned recently was that the there there is a specific section for defense because when you're playing against somebody else in peak challenge, you're always serving first, but you're playing against their team. So if you think about the flip side of it on your team, if somebody's going up against you, they're going to be serving first. So then when you score on them, you do a rotation. So that's why it's important to actually have your main server be in that 2 spot so that they rotate
Yeah.
upwards into that serving spot.
Yeah, which is weird because in actual volleyball, I don't think it rotates on first point.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on here that doesn't pertain to real volleyball.
That's why when I first heard about this, I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then so I just updated it. But I was for the longest time I had Atsumu serving at on defense, but I changed it like maybe like a month ago or something.
There's a couple of people in the chat requesting that their team gets what's it called, reviewed, but I am going in
Sure.
chronological order, so I don't want to make it unfair because the moment I did that in the first stream, it just got out of control. Everybody was like asking and stuff, so I'm just gonna keep going in chronological order. So if I don't get to yours in this stream, look for next Monday's video or next Tuesday's stream because we have quite a bit to go through, and obviously a lot of people did it in the last 24 hours because I posted the video. So that's just always going to be the case. But it is what it is. So let's move on to the next one. I went way too far down.
At least there's not that many left from last week. I think it's maybe 10-ish.
I tried
From
my
the
best
stuff
to get it
you're
in.
scrolling.
I tried my best to get in between, like, or I'd say like less than 7 days. But I mean, it just piles
Oh,
up, man.
okay.
People
Oh,
go
never mind.
crazy.
I didn't realize you scrolled that far.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
All right, so next up we have Solsta, and they say, what should be my next step? So this is a very interesting.
Okay. Hmm. Damn, that's tough.
I
Okay.
that was my thoughts
So
exactly.
okay. I think in this situation, Daichi would be a better option than Kyotani here.
Yeah,
Do you agree? Yeah.
I think so. Just because like
Um,
Osamu's not here, and
yeah.
Kyotani, like, even though yeah he's power based, like Tanaka and Kurai and Nishinoya helps with that. I think having Daichi here is probably better in the long run. Now, if you do look at the difference in rating, though, it probably won't seem like that.
Mhm.
So that might be something to work on, whether that's a memory or a promotion to level 70. But I think having Daichi in for now while you figure out the setter position would probably be ideal.
Yeah, because you get that team bond. I think that's at least in this stage of the game, the most one of the I would say most important. Like it's an important factor in team rating. So having him here will definitely increase your like if he was the same level as Kyotani, your team rating would probably be higher with him in.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, figuring out the setter. I mean, if you do want to go with Atsumu, then uh, try to get Osamu on his rebanner.
yeah.
Um,
Would you
but if you want to
suggest?
transition to a quick team,
Would you
go
suggest
ahead.
Oikawa on the rebanner, and
I
then
think that could
potentially keep
work.
Kyotani in the lineup?
Yeah, if you do get Oikawa, then I think Kyotani would be better than Daichi here. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's what kind of stuck out to me because yeah, Daichi will help, but his longevity in this team probably isn't the best.
Right. But also, if you get Oikawa, you'll be benching Atsumu. So, like, you've put a lot of resources into, I guess, I don't know how much resource you put, but assuming that you actually went to pull for Atsumu, um, you put resources into it, and then you're just going to sub him out because you have Okawa. Um, it's up to you if you think that's worth it, right?
Yeah,
Because you could probably get a better upgrade. Like, your team would be better with more URs in the court. So going for a different position UR or SP might be better for your team specifically, especially in this stage of the game where you only have like 3 URs.
yeah. I think I'm also looking at the bench, and I see Kita, I see Aaron, and I see
Mm-hmm.
Hinata. So there's definitely a world where they wait for the Osamu rebanner and they can just have a team two,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they could still pull Oikawa in the meantime and then put him in this team.
That's true. Yeah. If they think if you guys have if you have the resources for that, um,
Yeah,
yeah, I could see that happening. Another thing, um, if you want to transition as well, instead of Atsumu, you can get UR Kageyama. But then you lose because you have a lot of the Karasuno players already.
yeah,
So if you put Atsumu there, and then you have Hinata instead of Suki there as well. That could also work. Sorry, I said Atsumu. I mean Kageyama instead of Atsumu,
Yeah.
and then Hinata over Tsukishima. They have a like Kageyama and Hinata has a pretty good strong quick attack skill that you could take advantage of
Hmm.
if you want to go that direction. In my honest opinion, though, I think filling out the rest of the team would be a priority more than making a second team.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's definitely an option because he already has the
Yeah,
foundations on the bench, you know?
for sure. Yeah,
All right, so what would
it's
you.
up to him.
Yeah,
So
it really is. It really is. Because, like, a lot of these teams, like, when you're in this position, you can just. There's an easy, like, transition you can do, right? Bring in Daichi, bring in Oikawa, make a second team because you have so many SSRs on your bench. If they didn't have this bench, I would just simply say focus on your main team. And then your second team, you
that's
can kind
true.
of
Yeah.
do. But because they have the option, they can do whatever they want. So what would you rate this team out of 10?
Hmm. 7?
I was leaning
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah, that's my first thought. I was like, I do like he has bonds going.
I think if the Daichi
Like
was in, I would say 7.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 I agree. 6.5 and then 7 with Daichi.
Yeah. Cool beans. All right, let's move on. Look at all this scrolling I gotta do. Jesus. Okay, so we got nope, that was not the right one. So this person posted twice. They have two teams, I'm assuming?
It's the
Oh.
same team.
No, because
Oh,
this one
they
has
just changed the setter. Oh, it is a different team.
Osamu. This one has Akashi. Sure, let's just do this one a little bit quicker then. So they said,
Mhm.
should I pull for a Tachiyama or should I wait for Oikawa rebanner and Bokuto rebanner? Okay.
Um, I think Itachiyama would be a better pull if you can get both.
That's what I was thinking.
If you can get both.
Yeah, if you can get both, I would go a Tachiyama here. Otherwise, I would get the Oikawa rebanner.
Or Kairi Banner or just Komori. Oh no, I mean Nishinoya is also pretty good there as well.
Because the thing is, Oikawa will
Um,
get the bond with EY, and then he'll help out the rest of the team,
right.
obviously. And then Nishinoya still supports
Yeah.
this
Yep.
team in totality.
Yes. So if you can get both Itachiyama, then get Itachiyama and then Oikawa. If not,
They also said Bokuto rebanner, but I would say no. I would
I don't
say
think it's
I
worth
don't.
it.
I would say Oikawa first, and then if you want to get Bokuto at that point, just wait for the SP version to come out.
Hmm.
So what would you rate this team out of 10?
This is, I think this is also, I would say 7, maybe 7.5.
I was leaning seven and a
I would say
half.
7.
I was leaning seven
I
and a
would say
half.
7.
Okay, that's fine. And then let's
Yeah.
go to the other team. So they had a quick attack based team. So same question. They said, should I pull for Tachiyama in this team?
Okay. There's a lot going on here. Um,
I think it's the positions throwing me off more than anything. Like, why is Kageyama down here? Like the setter.
yeah.
Anyways,
I'm trying to see.
so
Okay.
Ione and
So
Kenji is interesting at this point in the game.
Ione and Kenji, yeah, interesting at this point in the game. Plus, Ione's in the back, and don't if for their bond, don't they both need to be in the front
To do their
to do the
duo
bond skill?
block, yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's something to think about. I don't think it's worth it having them on the team. So he's asking if you should get Itachi again. If he can get both, that'd still be a good pickup. And then maybe you can run. I see he has SSR Hinata instead of Ione.
Right.
That could work. Um, what was his other? Is it just Itachiyama or did he ask about any
I
other
think it
rebanner?
was just a Tachiyama for this team.
So yeah, same thing. If you can get both, get both. Otherwise, I think you want to switch out Futakuchi as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So maybe Sakusa first, if you can get him. And then like Akagi is fine here,
Yeah.
even if you don't have Komori. And then maybe like you are Kageyama or something.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do because I mean he does have Kiyotani on the bench, so he could transition out, but he's level 40. Osamu's already at 70, so I think I would stay with Osamu and then yeah, if you don't want to pick up Atsumu on the rebanner and wait for that, the UR Kageyama will work pretty fine here. But yeah, getting rid of Kenji would be probably ideal for Sakuza, more so than getting rid of Akaji for Komori.
Hmm.
So what would you rate
And
this
then throwing in
team
Hinata.
out of 10?
This team I think is worse than the other team, so I'm gonna I'm gonna say I want to go lower than the 6, so I'm gonna say 6.
Yeah, I'm between 5.5 and 6, but I think because
Yeah, I didn't want to go lower though.
there is the building blocks there though. You have like Kurai and Hirugami, that's gonna work everywhere, and then Osamu is paired up with Kageyama. It's not like an Oikawa or an Akashi, so I will give it a 6.
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, having Ione
foundations are
and
there.
Kenji in the wrong in different rows is tough because obviously you want to have Hirugami on the court as long as possible,
Yep.
but having Kenji as your other wing spiker kind of makes it difficult. Okay, so next up we have Britannia, who says, I don't really know what to upgrade here, and I think I have no chance on getting Sakusa. So just like I like I just said, Osamu is paired up with Oikawa here, so now it's a 0. No, I'm joking. Um,
Hmm. Can you zoom in on that Nishinoya? I can't see the number. Is it higher than Akagi's?
it's short by
It's
100.
just about okay. Um, I think Akagi's fine here. If you can, like I said, get the two Duke Nishinoya, he'd be better on this team. He did like I think it's fine for you to get Sakusa, because you have Iwaizumi already. Um, but this is again pretty solid. It's an okay foundation. Um, but I don't know what would be the priority. Maybe Ishijima already did his rebanner, so it's gonna be tough to do that.
I mean, he has Kiyotani on the
Uh,
bench, so like there is an out there, but
yeah. Well,
I don't know if
I
it's
don't
worth it.
see how. Yeah, I think Osamu can work with Oikawa.
Yeah,
Um, because Oikawa gives him awareness, which is really crazy.
yeah.
Because you can build Osamu as like strength base or something like that, so that he gets, and then Oikawa gives him awareness, so he can start critting, which is pretty cool. Um, Akagi, I think, like I said, it's fine with this team. If he doesn't have the Chudup Nishinoya, then use Akagi. But if he's able to get Komori, I think that would be a pretty good upgrade at this point as well. Just
Chris
again filling out the team.
Chris said in the YouTube chat, if they get UR Kageyama, they can transition into a good quick attack team as well. Because apparently
Yeah, he has the
Kageyama gives
basis for
awareness,
that. Yeah,
so
same thing. Yep, he gives players awareness. So like I think Kageyama is a better UR quick attack setter, between the two,
hmm.
because he's more versatile, and he can enable Osamu a little bit better than Atsumu. Um, but yeah, if you want to go for UR Kageyama, I think that's fine. But again, I don't like the idea of like wasting your resources
Yeah.
kind of thing. I guess unless you want to build a second team at this point.
Well, I don't know. They have a bunch of
But
people level 70 on the bench, so I don't think resources is
yeah.
too much of an issue for them.
Hmm. Yeah, UR Kageyama would work. I think Komori either way would be the best choice to go with here
That's what I was gonna say.
with the upcoming banners. So
Yeah, because they said that they won't
yeah.
potentially won't be able to get Sakuza, and at that point, as long as you have a reduced pity, you can pick up Komori and he'll help this team. And then if you want to go with
Mhm.
the UR Kageyama, that will definitely help. Or if you want to focus on the power based team, you can just stand pat because I think this was still a very good team. So, what would you
Yeah.
rate this team out of 10?
Um, just because of the mismatch, I would say 6.5, maybe 6.5 to 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean 7 on that. Apologies, one sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
So
cool bean. So anything else to say on that, or are you good?
no, yeah, getting Komori, I think that would bump it up to like a 7.5.
Yep. Okay, so I want so this is J Nick 23. I want Komori, but my dream team is the Inarizaki lineup with the twins. Any extra tips? I'm free to play, and who should I get next? So they did post an updated team, so we'll just look at that.
Yeah, let's look at that one. Hmm. Okay. So with the twins, and Inarizaki, you already have a problem with the characters he has.
Slight issue.
First of all, it doesn't look like he has anything in Inarizaki.
Yeah.
If you do want to build an Inarizaki, so okay, his question is like he wants to build an Inarizaki team, but is it like how to transition from this team, or does he want us to build like rate this team?
Well, we'll definitely rate this team. But this is their dream team, and he has one, I think, or
Okay,
two.
he has Sakusa. Oh, he has. I guess he has a
Yeah,
Kamamare.
yeah.
Okay.
This is what he's trying to do.
Okay. I thought he meant like Inarizaki because, like, yeah, you're taking up so many of the spots that Inarizaki takes.
Yeah.
I think this is possible to get.
Well, he
It
has
might be tough,
Korai.
especially
He
because the
has
rebanners
yeah.
might be at the same time.
That's gonna be difficult because I think the Atsumu
Might be at the
rebanner is
same
gonna
time.
happen at the same time as the SP Hinata.
Yeah, something like that. So that's going to be tough. Um, but this team would work for a certain amount of time until it becomes positionless, because there's no team type here.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, yeah, I think this would be a pretty good team. I think this would end up being my team at some point.
Well, you said
If
you
once
wanted
Hinata
to
comes out.
you said you wanted to get Kenma, right? So you might have Kenma and
Right.
Hinata.
So I'm definitely gonna get well, Kema comes out after Hinata. So maybe when Hinata.
Yeah, there you go. It's loaded in now. So this is the other dream team that they're
Oh my gosh.
aiming for.
Okay, so is it one or the other, or is it both? Because
Well, this one is definitely attainable first,
oh, for sure.
and then they said the other dream team. So this is definitely maybe down the line when rebanners happen.
Didn't he say he's free to play as well?
Whoops.
Yeah, free to play. So if you're free to play, I think your other dream team is easier to get.
It's definitely easier to get.
And this team actually has a team type. It's a power attack team.
It
So
does, yeah.
this is way easier to get. If you can't, he has Hakusa, right? So he'll have to hopefully get Komori or maybe pick him up on a rebanner. And then I guess saving for the trio would be your priority, right? Because if he wants Atsumu and like the twins and stuff, and like SP Hinata, it's gonna be hard to save up enough for these three because they're back to back as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently my
and the
Twitch stream just
Ushijimas.
died for a second. That's great.
Oh, and the Ushijima is like way further in the future, so
Yeah, so the
maybe we'll get
Ushijima
that.
just came out, so we're talking about like next July maybe for Ushijima.
Yeah, so that could be UR Ushijima. I think that'd be fine as well.
Alrighty, so what would
But
you
this is way more easier to get for sure.
so I mean this team has nothing to do with his dream team, but what would you rate this team?
This team specifically, okay, what do they have? They don't have Bokuto, but they have Well, they do have Bokuto. He's on the bench.
He's just
Um,
chilling.
let's say like a 5.5. I think because especially because you're liberal.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
tough.
There's no bonds anywhere,
Yeah.
right? If you had Oikawa, that would bump it up to like maybe a 6. And I don't know. I don't know if Bokuto with Akashi works better than either one of Sakusa or Komori. because I don't have Bokuto or Akashi. So I don't
Um,
know if their bond is better than than like Sakusa or Hoshiyumi standalone.
it's definitely not better than Hoshiumi standalone, just because of the versatility that he brings with receives blocks and being offensive.
Right.
With Sakusa, I would say I would say he's still very much worth it, which is also I want to point out that they have Sakusa at level 70. So did they
Oh
not
yeah.
use did they not use the thing? Did they not know about it? So
Sucks.
that kind of sucks.
It's
Because
okay. If he gets Komori, you can use it on that, or
and then he gets one left over, I
because you
guess.
can use it on any
It's
UR,
any
so
UR,
which
yeah.
is good. Yeah.
Because the thing is, I had
Um.
enough to get Sakusa to 80 myself, but because I was on stream, I was like,
Mhm.
oh screw it, I'll just use it for the people like watching. And then I end up using my resources on getting EY Zumi to level 80, and
Yeah.
yeah. So the when Komori comes out, definitely for the people watching, definitely use that UR booster or whatever it's called, because that just makes your life so much easier. I would also give that team like a 5.5. It's just that Libero is really bringing things back.
If you get SSR, I'd bring it up to a 6.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we have Sebastian, who says, "Can you help me? I don't know what I should do. I'm looking forward to get the Itachi duo, and I don't know how to build my team when I have them because I want to have Bokuto and Atsumu still in my team."
Ooh,
A
Narizaki.
Genjima sighting. That's a new one.
Hmm.
So Itachi Duo would replace Genjima and Nishinoya, but remove the team bond.
Yeah. I think that's fine because Genjima doesn't really help Inarizaki other than the bond. Because Akita has the twins with bond with the twins,
Yeah,
but Genjima doesn't. So that'd be more of an argument. But Genjima you can definitely just replace with Sakusa. I think he'd be better. And then obviously if you can get what do you say? Poku Itachi Duo, so it was both. And if you get Komori again, I think that's definitely going to be a better upgrade, especially because you're running a quick attack team.
Chris said the team bond is only 5% attack and defense technique. It ain't that good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be too pressed about that. And they said they were worried about
Yeah.
keeping Atsumu and Bokuto on your team, but if you get the Itachi duo, you wouldn't be taking them out.
Yeah, I think he was thinking like keeping the Inarizaki bond and then taking out Bokuto.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah,
sacrificing the bond for Sakusa is worth it.
yeah. Just replace these two with Komori and Sakusa, and then I think maybe for building a future team, you can just keep the team as is, and then replace your middle blockers would probably be the next priority, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. If you want to go quick attack again, Hinata, SP Hinata's fine. And then when like Tsukishima or Kuro comes out, you can go for that.
So, what would you rate this team out of 10?
I do like how they have the bond. I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but Nishinoya there is not really helping. Um,
I actually don't
I
remember
would
too much
say,
about Genjima. I just want to take a look at him.
yeah, uh, he has some pretty good skills, but why would you run him over Kita? Right, that's the only thing. Anyways, I would rate the team 6. 6. If you change Nishinoya to like either Akagi or Yaku, that would go to like a 6.5 to 7.
Genjima is a broke version of Sakusa. His powers,
Pretty much.
his ultimate is exactly the same thing.
Yeah. He also has a thing where like if you have multiple receive people on the team, I think it's the third one.
Yeah, it increases attack technique by a certain
His power attack
percentage.
increases by 15%. Lasting for so if you like Kenjima, just wait for his SP.
Genjima's gonna get an SP.
He has one already.
He
He
does.
was the first Inarizaki before even Atsumu. Yeah.
What? When was that announced?
People JP got it for free.
What the heck?
Here.
SP Genjima is crazy. By the way, I thought Kunimi was crazy, but I would understand because Awa Jose doesn't have like a lot of players.
Yeah. I was
Genjima
like,
is
yeah, he was the
crazy.
first Inarizaki too. I'm like, out of all of them, not even Kita. at least.
Free SP is crazy. So I would
Yeah, and they give
say.
them out for free.
So what did you rate it? You gave it a 6?
I said 6. I could give it a 7 if they upgrade the Libero to one that works.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Yeah.
I think I'm along the same lines as you, but I will give it a 6.5 instead. But same idea. You upgrade the Libero and you get a 7 for me.
Yeah.
Was there any other follow up questions? No, we did that already. Okay, cool. So this person, Mafera16 says, I linked my current team and the team I want to go to in the future. And then anything to note is that Kita is my favorite player, so they want to potentially keep Kita as long as possible. And they said, sorry if I should change my plan. And they're free to play, playing active for 5 weeks. I don't really
Active.
know. But
5
anyways,
weeks overall, 3 months. Okay.
so this is their current team, and they have Kita, who is their favorite player, and then they want to transition into this team, and they just threw Kita on the bench. Okay, so let's just look at their current team.
Sure.
So obviously the main thing missing here is Atsumu. So if that's the case,
Yeah.
I would say just wait for the Atsumu rebanner to happen at the end of December.
He also has Genjima on the bench, so you can throw
Yo.
him in too. So if you get your Atsumu, you can throw him in if you level him up, obviously.
Yeah.
Just to get the bond there. Yamagata, I think, is the worst SSR Libero unless we have Shiratorizawa.
Yeah, he is so
Bond.
generic without Shiratorizawa. It's hilarious.
So he's asking where should he go, or is it possible to get to his?
So they are free to play, and I guess they want to know how to get here from their current position. So if we take a look at their, so he doesn't have the SSRs. The only one he has is Kita, which is on the bench. So getting both Sakusa Komori, I know this team was posted, I think, last week, November 18th. So if they did pick up Sakusa, that's great, and you can pick up Komori, that would also be great. The two Fukurodani players here to complete the team bond is absolutely fine because the new select recruit is out, so they are very easily obtainable over time. The only issue of this team I see is if you're free to play, getting both Sakusa and Komori now.
Sakusa and Komori right now, yes. Hopefully he's pulled Sakusa.
That's the goal, yeah. If you've pulled Sakusa, it makes it very easy. You can just get Komori either now or even on the rebanner. You pick up these two over time, and then you just wait for the Beach Trio to come out, and then you pick them up.
Yeah, you just save as much as you can to the Beach Trio. It is possible. Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think
for the current team though,
I think he might be tempted to get the UR Bokuto on the rebanner. Just don't do that. Just stand pat with this team.
Save for SP. I don't really know where else to upgrade. Because if you do get the Sakusa and Komori, I would throw. I would probably put because Kita's his favorite player, right? So I would put him in even his case. I would put him over Iwaizumi if you get Sakusa. The issue with that is that both Sakusa and Kita want to be in the back row. That's the only issue, and I find that issue as well with my team.
Yeah.
And for me, what I do is since Kita is not really Sakusa has more buffs being in the back row than Kita does. So I would rather have Sakusa in the back row.
Yeah.
So if you keep that in mind, if you're subbing out Iwaizumi for Sakusa, if you have him, you probably want to keep Sakusa in the back row as long as possible rather than Kita.
Yeah, so you just swap the two at that point.
Yeah, it's either or you can keep it like this, and then they move over, they rotate if you lose a point or whatever it is. It's still fine. Let's see. There's so many. Like it's everywhere. This team is everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. They're really. I think just trying to go for maybe a team bond. Would probably be the best option in like currently near future, because he does have Genjima, like we said. So if he does, even if he doesn't have Sumu, he can get like an Aran or like a Akagi or even Suna or something.
Yeah.
to fill out the Inarizaki bond, just to have something. Um, and then again, just wait until the trio comes out.
Yeah, if they haven't pulled Sakuza, I would definitely bring in Genjima and then try to pull in the select recruit for probably Akaji over the over Suna, I would say.
Unless he's going for Komori, because if he's getting Komori, then I would go for Suna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you it depends on what you do with your UR banners, and then whatever's left over, fill the rest in with your Inarizaki team. So,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
what would you rate this team out of 10?
uh it's all over the place. Like I said, I think it's like a 5.
Yeah, I would say
You
five
go
and a
with
half.
5.5.
I would say
Yeah,
5.5. Yeah,
I'd be giving 5.5 if it was any other libero.
that's fair. Yeah, Yamagata really just is the most vanilla, like
He
most
doesn't help anything.
vanilla
Yeah.
libero. So somebody in the TikTok chat was like, "What does SP mean?" And somebody put um they put S and then must and then P and then have. That's so funny.
That's not a lie.
Okay. Uh
Nice.
we got somebody, I believe that's Korean, who says, what should I do with this team? Try for Kurai Rebanner and Itachiyama if I can, or skip Kurai Rebanner. So they said they're free to play except for Osamu. It looks like they had to dip into the wallet for that.
Oh, nice. Um, Futokuchi has no place being there, in my opinion. I think you get a better bond with Tanaka on the court because of Nishinoya.
Yeah, like that's the first thing I saw.
I think I get it because he buffs blocks or whatever because he wants Hiragami to block. Um, let's see. What was his comment?
They just said, should I go for the Kurai Rebanner plus the Tachiyama duo, or should I just skip the Kurai Rebanner? So they're still planning on getting a Tachiyama to replace Kenji and Nishinoya. It's whether or not they want to
I
get
see.
Kurai to replace Kita for the Hirugami bond.
Gotcha. I think yes, you probably if you have the resources, you want both duos. That's way better than the Inarizaki bond. And again, in my opinion, I think Sakusa brings a better value to the team than Kita. Um, so the answer is yes. I think those two duos are like the must pulls, like the priorities. If you can get both duos, it's always good to have.
Yeah. It's weird because I feel like those two, like the Tachiyama and the Kawameda duo, is talked about so much more than the SP duos of like Kenma and Hinata or like
Mhm.
um Suki and Kuro. Like I just feel like for whatever reason, I don't know why, maybe because they're comparable to SP characters at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I think well, in the case of like Kenma and Hinata, like it's very specific because you're running Kenma and he's a setter. That kind of ex- um categorizes your team, but you can plug and play the other duos in any team, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's the main um, reason why they talked about so much. And same thing with SP Kuro and SP Tsukishima. Putting them both in, you're kind of moving towards a block slash, I guess, receive or quick attack team, like either one, whichever way you go. Because they kind of like dictate what your team is going to be with them on the court, right? But with the other two duos, like they're so versatile and you can put
Yeah.
them in anywhere. That's just what I think.
What was the other? Was that the only question? Yeah, it was. So yeah, I would say like ideally, yeah. The only thing in question here, I guess, is Cry for Kita, and I would say because you already have Hirugami, I would say yes. But if you, for whatever reason, don't have the resources to get Kita, because they said they're free to play, right? Yeah, they said they're free to play except
Yeah,
for Osamu.
if you get Korai, this is fine, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely fine. Just to get Sakuzan Komori still, you would this team would be very nice with those two. And then regardless if it's Kita or Kurai, you're still in a very good spot. So what would you rate this
Yep.
team, sir, Mr. Inarizaki?
I do like that bond. This is like a 7 to me. I don't know, is that bias? 6.5, 7?
I think you're actually on the lower end. I would give it a 7.5.
Oh, really? The thing is, the Nishinoya there is out of place, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, but if he does put that Tanaka in for Futaguchi right now, that would be, I'd bump that up to 7.5.
Yeah, and then I think if you replace Nishinoya and Kenji with the Itachi duo, that's like an 8,
That's
damn
like
near
an 8
8.5.
something, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, see ya, Rakib on TikTok. Have a nice day or evening or night, where the hell you're from. All right, let's go next to Blocks, who says fully free to play. So let's keep that in mind. I'm probably going for Sakuza, trying because I only have 3,000 gems. Do I keep using this rotation? He says, yes, my team is just my best players. I will probably not be in the stream while you rate this, so can you put this on YouTube too? Well, I actually didn't see this message before that, but I probably will be making a YouTube video based off this. So looking at the team, definitely a new player. Nothing wrong with that. They have the SR players in the lineup as well. They don't have a
He
better
has, yeah.
wing spiker or opposite hitter, so that's absolutely fine. But there are some bonds here, right?
He posted an update, so you can look at the other picture.
You can pick one of these teams. Oh, cool. Whoa, dude had a full-on glow up. What the heck?
Yeah, was that like a week, I think?
Wait, but
November 18th, November 21st.
where did Hirugami go? Dude just dipped.
Huh.
Did he dismantle him? Imagine.
What the? Or maybe he has a different lineup?
I don't know, because this is lineup 1. But like, if he auto did his bench, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is this a different
Okay, anyways.
account?
Should we look at both teams then? Because the second one's definitely better because it has a higher rating. You can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really take rating into account too much when it comes to this. Like, the rating to me just tells me where you stand in terms of like your account, like
Game account, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Account progression. Where is this Hirugami?
I'm so confused. Like, where did it go?
If you want, we could do both. It's up to you.
Even like even the Nishinoya Tanaka, where did they go? The SSR Kageyama, where did he go?
That's his other account. He says he has multiple accounts. As Shin says.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying. He has like 5. Jesus.
The reroll.
Okay, that makes a ton more sense.
Okay, what do we look? Which one do we look at? That one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is? You pick one of those teams and please give the tips. What should I do now? Okay, so if we're looking at this team, he just got Sakusa, so we don't know if he's able to get Komori. If he's able to get Komori, I think that would be the best play here. If not, there's so many options.
Well, I think he's in a pretty good spot even if he doesn't pick up Komori because he still has the Yaku Lev bond there.
Oh yeah. I didn't see Lev there.
So it's not the end of the world.
Yep. If you can't get Komori, not Sakusa, Oikawa UR might be a good choice to get because he's coming up soon. Let's see. Yeah, you have Kyotani. This is such an early game team that it's hard to really give a direction.
Yeah.
Because there's so many directions you can go.
I think like if you can't get Komori, don't panic because you have the Yaku Lev duo right there. But looking at the rest of your team, where to go next, like the only thing that makes sense to me is the UR Oikawa, and at that point, you would probably just like if you don't pick him up, or if you do pick him up, at that point you just might as well start saving for SPs at that point, and then maybe get a little bit more specific in your SSR select recruits, like maybe go for Iwaizumi to replace Aaron. Maybe. So then you have the
Yeah,
bond with
once you
Oikawa
if
and
you can get
Kyotani.
UR Oikawa, yep, and Kyotani. I think that's fine. Um, yeah, there really there's not much to say because there's so much possibility with this team.
Oh, this is somebody in the Twitch chat. So they said, um, yeah, two different accounts. I might get Sakusa on the Hirugami account. And he says I am trying to get Uizumi for this account. Okay, cool. So yeah, I would say if you're
Okay.
trying to get Uizumi here for Aaron, definitely try to get the Oikawa rebanner. If you can't pick up Komori, that would be my thing for that account. And this one, he says he's trying to pick up Sakusa on this one. Yeah. So that would
Yeah,
obviously
that's definitely going to be a good pick.
that's it's gonna be a bit of an increase. Um, yeah, and then you can upgrade this Kyotani to his SSR version at some point, and then you can maybe get
Yep.
the UR Kageyama if you want to keep the Karasuno team bond. There's a lot of ways you can go with this. Um, so you want to rate this team first?
This team first. I like the Karasuno bond. For an early game team, it's actually not bad, especially because he has Hirogami too, so that could work. Like a 5, just because it's early game. Like it's
Yeah, I would.
5, maybe a 5.5 because of the team bond.
I would say I'm gonna give it a 5 just because of the two SR characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think if one of them was an SSR, I'd say 5.5 because even though they are SR characters, they are still
That's true. Yeah,
helping out the team or whatever. So I give that one a 5, and then for this team,
it's a little bit better. Um,
it's at least a five and a
there's
half. It might be pushing
it's at
6.
least yes, at least 5.5. Definitely better than the other team.
Yeah.
You know, all SSRs. And this team has so much potential. So yeah, giving that 5.5, maybe
Cool
6.
beans. All right, we got I don't even know how to say your name, but we got numbers too. They said don't have any idea what to do now. Couldn't get Ushijima. And they said, should I wait for the SP Ushijima? Well, the SP Ushijima won't come out for a very long time, so that will, you know, you'll be fine.
I
Like,
think
like
that's
you don't need to be saving
fine.
for it right now, but like it's coming way down the line where you can start saving at like some point, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Kyotani, at least, you know, the second best budget Uchi. It's like the budget Ushijima.
Yeah, the Walmart
Um,
Ushijima.
exactly. He has an Inarizaki team bond available with Etsumu and Aran there. Um, let's see. I don't think he has to wait for SP Ushijima because, you know, like you said, it's a long time from now. Upgrades, maybe start looking to other SPs. Maybe if you want to switch out Oikawa for like Akashi and Bokuto SP, that could work. And if you can get Ione as well, then you can replace Suna there. And at some point as well, when positionless update hits anyways, you're gonna be getting rid of that the opposite, your Kyotani. So you don't have to worry too much, right? And then the only reason why you would play SP Ushijima is because him as a character is worth it, rather than having to put an OP there, right?
Yeah, I mean a sneaky player that you could like if you want to keep like this team as is and you don't want to bench the Oikawa, a sneaky player you could get is the SP Kunimi. I don't know his bonds, but it would be definitely an upgrade on Kyotani, and you're still having that Alba Josai player. However, there's not a lot you can do from that, but that would still be an upgrade in between now and the SP Ushijima if you don't want to wait for another UR Ushijima rebanner. That's an option.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think probably going Inarazaki's easier in this spot. Even though you don't have Osamu, you could wait for the Osamu rebanner.
Yep, yep. If you can go for the Osama rebanner, I think that would benefit. That would make a more solid team. Until the SPs comes out. Did he say anything about being like free to play?
Um, no.
Okay. Yeah, it's nothing like that. Yeah. You have the two different team options, which is pretty good. Uh,
Kiyotani equals Dollarama Ushijima. Okay, don't discredit him that much. Jeez, come on.
not Dollar. Walmart. Well, Walmart is a good price
Yeah,
point.
Walmart's my go-to.
Let's see. No, I think this is okay. It's okay. He has options. Depends on where he wants to go with those options.
Yeah,
But to answer his question,
yeah,
he shouldn't wait. Or he can wait, but in the meantime, he can still get other things.
exactly, yeah. And also, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like looking at your bench, you can really transition out of this team very easily. The only thing I'm looking at is the libero position. Is if you do want to go Inarizaki, you might want to pick up Yaku or Akaji or whatever.
Or Yaku or Kage, yeah. If you can get Komori, that would be an upgrade to all your teams as well.
Yeah, that too.
Just have him plug and play anywhere,
Just such a cheat
whichever team
code.
you
You just
choose.
like drop him in, and it's like, all right, my team's better. Somebody asked, when do you do team ratings? So I do YouTube videos on Monday, where it's a little bit more, I guess, well, this one's a little bit more in depth, but than my traditional Tuesday streams. And then Tuesdays, we do it live. Today is the first day we're doing with Mdot. I'm actually going to probably clip this together and just make a quick video and throw it on YouTube. We'll see, depending on how long it is. So what would you rate this team out of 10?
This team on the court right now, it's like a 6.57.
Yeah, I'd give it a
I would
7.
say.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think the Inarizaki, if he gets the Atsumu, or sorry, the Osamu, that can definitely bring it up to like an 8, 7.58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up we have Juan. There was a Juan in the TikTok chat. I don't know. I don't see his name recently, so he might have left by now. But anywho, he says, just wondering if I should drop the Iwaizumi and Oikawa bond for Sakuza or just go for Komori and keep the bond. Also love the content and post about the game. Thank you very much. So
It's an easy answer.
yeah, I mean, because if
Should I say it?
yeah, you got it.
uh, the answer is yes. You should drop EY for Sakusa, especially if you're getting Komori too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're planning on getting
Um,
Komori anyways, like, why are you debating between this?
yeah. If it's only Sakusa, I guess there is an argument, but I do think it depends on the skill res of Iwaizumi. I
Yeah,
think if you do have him like maybe like 6 or something like SR4, and you only have Sakusa's dupe at Zoop 0, then I think he's fine with staying. And again, you have Yaku here, which doesn't really help this team in terms of buffs. So Komori would be your priority. I think Sakusa, if you can get both, obviously that would be way better. But Iwaizumi is fine on this team as well.
yeah. Iwaizumi definitely is not. It's not like dire where you need to get rid of him for Sakuza. But if I'm looking at, like you said, if I should drop the EY and Oikawa bond for Sakuza or just go for Komori. So if you're in a situation where you have to go for just one of Sakuza Komori, I would definitely just go with Komori because he will benefit from replacing Yaku more than Sakuza would from replacing Iwaizumi, if that makes sense. So that's what I would say. But if you're planning on getting both, just get both. Like, you'll have a pretty sick team at that point.
Yeah, rating.
I would rate this team in its current position. I do like he does have the foundation, like these four.
A power foundation, yeah.
Yeah, plus Iwaizumi. So I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7.
Maybe even 7 and a
I would
half.
probably even go 7.5. Yeah, I would go 7.5. I think this is pretty good because Yaku, like I said, he doesn't benefit the team, but he's still fine on this team just because of his own
Yeah.
kit. Um, Kuro is kind of like whatever. Replace him with
He's just
Tendo,
here.
and you're like an 8,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because of
Even
the
with
bond with
Yaku, I
Ushijima,
think.
so
Yeah,
cool
yeah, solid.
beans. We got, well, a lot going on here. What's going on? We got well
Whoa.
punter gang. I hope I'm not like dissing somebody. So my team and my future
See you in the
plan,
chat.
I will go for Sakuza, but is it worth to switch with my Iwaizumi? So same question as before. What are you thinking, and how do I boost my power only through potential? So that's a separate question. So
Okay. He
this
has a
is the
lot of
exact
updates
this is the
that
exact
are
same team as the
interesting.
last one, except they have the UR curl instead of the practice one.
Okay, it's
Oh,
already
but
an upgrade.
they do have Tendo on the bench,
He has up. Mm,
but Kuro is at
depends on
level
the
80.
depends. Yeah, it depends on the skill res of Tendo as well.
That looks like a
He has
skill
a lot.
res 4 Iwaizumi. Ah, at least a skill res
He
2.
posted. Hold on a second. He posted a update with skill resonances.
Oh, it's a
Use
skill
that
res
for
5.
that's for Iwa.
Iwaizumi, yeah.
Iwa's max. Okay. Okay, that's a good question then. In this case, if you're getting Komori and Sakusa, I still think Sakusa, it's worth pulling out Iwaizumi for Sakusa. If you're only getting one, if you're only getting Sakusa, you're not getting Komori, then I don't think, especially at skill res 5 Iwaizumi, I don't think it's worth it to sub him out.
Yeah,
You agree?
I agree 100%. And he's actually in the chat. He says EY is max. Yeah, we did see that. So definitely, I would say if you're picking up both of them, you can replace both of your SSRs. If you can only pick up one, I would say pick up Komori for sure.
Komori.
Because if your Iwaizumi was at skill res 1, then I would say try to pick both of them up. Because Sakuza is just so much better. But as skill res 5 Iwaizumi, I would say hold off.
Yeah, you can get him on a rerun
And
later
then
on.
this looks like a future team. So we
Yeah,
got
so
a lot of SPs.
way too far in the future.
Yeah, this is like literally like did the Tendo even come out yet? I think it just did, right?
It did. It's on banner right now, I think.
Yeah, so that's yeah. Well, you'll
But
get to
yeah,
this
no, this
eventually,
team
but don't worry about it.
is pretty solid.
Oh, and he even has the
He
Bokuto
said,
memory on Iwaizumi too.
yeah, he says there's another one that says update 7 days after 7 days. If you
So he
scroll down
says,
more.
same question. How can I get power only through potentials? I will go for Komori. Is it worth to go for Nishinoya? I'm assuming that's SP. And what do you think about my future team? So first question, how can I get power through potentials? That's memories. Do you want to explain potentials?
We're actually talking about potentials because he shows memories here.
Yeah, let's confirm.
He's in the chat, right?
Yeah. So Tunter gang, if I said that right. Can you confirm if you're talking about potentials or memories? Because these are memories. I wish I had some elevator music.
Should play Ian's music. I've been bumping that
What was that?
on my own time. You should play Ian's music.
Yeah, like typically I would have his music playing in the background, but because it's your voice in here as well, I don't want to like have too much going on.
No, sure, all good, all good. Did he hear a question? Is he there? No potentials. Is it the only way to get no potentials? Is it the only way to get power at this point?
Okay,
I
so
think
yeah,
that's what he
he
means.
is talking about potentials. So
Okay. Yes. So at this point, skill resonance and potentials are the only way to get more power.
yeah, so I'm just gonna use my Kurai as an example. So if you're talking about power specifically, it's kind of random with the substats. But if you're talking about just like general like player boosts, definitely look at your potentials in terms of the 2-piece and 4-piece. Because especially at the 2-piece, it just straight up increases, in this case, power attack by 15%. And so that's gonna do you a lot more than having a random combination of potentials. And then on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, if you upgrade them, like I'm getting a 300 receive boost, there's 48 to power, there's a certain percentage to reflex and all that kind of stuff. So you definitely do want to pay attention to that after you level up your guys to 80. And if you want to get their team or the player rating, I should say, beyond like 20,000, like Sakuza is a rare case where he just has generally better stats than the average person, the UR character. But for example, my Karai is the only reason why he's at 22,000 is because I have him at skill res 2. That's the only reason. Because obviously you get a 13% increase at skill res 1, but everybody has that. It's skill res 2 where they also get a boost on top of that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hopefully that answered the question.
And then they said, okay, so they said they will go for Komori, and at that point, is it worth to go for Nishinoya? I'd probably say no.
Good question. So if you see a second picture, he has Sakusa.
Oh, there he
even
is.
in this picture, he has Sakusa. Yeah.
There he is.
So if you get Komori, if you're not strapped on resources, so if you are strapped on resources and you want to save for other people, then SP Nishinoya is not worth it. I think SP Nishinoya could work if you're not using Sakusa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
That's the only thing.
So his team rating does go down when he puts Sakusa in. I'm assuming because of the bond with Iwaizumi. So, I would just say like keep Iwaizumi in because he. So I'll use myself for example. So my Bokuto memory is on Ohira, and he starts, and then I bring in Sakuza, and the team morale boost that you get from Bokuto's memory does stay, even though for me Ohira is off the court. So I would say once the match starts, just do a quick swap because individually Sakuza is better, I think, than Iwaizumi at. Well, it is skill res 5.
Yeah.
But I think still.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think what happens.
Thing you could check.
Sorry, I think what happens is, especially if you're simming games, the first attack you do is the duo attack with Iwaizumi. I think the game just automatically does that because it's the highest attack, I guess, you have on your team rather than an individual ultimate. So once that attack is done, then I would swap out UI with Sakuza.
Yeah. As I said, can you go to the memory picture? Yeah. So with the memories, because I think he was asking, like, is there any other way to increase the player rating other than potentials? I see that at least all your memories are at 80. If you have resources and you're not planning on getting anyone else, duping the your memories as well can get you extra player rating.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
It seems like he did it here with the Hirogami one.
Yeah, that might be. I don't know if he got 2 of them. Maybe he got lucky. He got 2 of them.
Yeah.
And even SSRs, right? So if you're, because now there's an SSR selector, even though I don't recommend doing it because your memories are just better.
Yeah.
Save for the URs or SP memories. Maybe on a rebanner, if like a UR character, maybe like Oikawa or something. If you don't want to spend money on or spend tickets on his dupes, if you want, you can spend memory tickets for duping his memory.
Yeah, I think that would be probably the best thing because the benefit you have with UR memories is if you, for example, you didn't ascend this Hirogami one, you could put this one on, I don't know, like your Tendo, for example, right?
A different character, yeah.
Yeah, that's the benefit from it. So if you, I would say for the general memory, the general UR memory, you would want to do the ascension. But for somebody like Sakuza, for example, who has a better memory than the average memory, I would say throw his on a Wing Spiker. But because you already have Bokuto's on Iwaizumi, I'd say if for whatever reason you do pick up Sakuza's memory, then ascend that to level 2 and onwards. But yeah, that's
because he's asking other ways to like increase player rating. So
and then really quick, we will just look at his future team. So this is very near into the future. I would say the Suki might be difficult to get because if you're planning on getting these 3, Suki comes not too long after. But he has the Yuakuro and the Hirogamis who can be there for the meantime.
I don't know if Suki is a better player than Hirogami.
Oh, really?
Just because of the bond between Hoshiyumi and Hirogami.
Oh, yeah.
If he had SP Kuro, and SP Suki, then that might work
Yeah.
better. Um, I think this team would be okay, but I think it'd be better if you keep Hirogami in.
He
But
says
other than that, I think this is still fine.
but I will skip all but Nishinoya is still the plan. So you're so maybe like remove these
Oh,
SPs.
this one?
Like maybe he still wants to
Hmm.
go Nishinoya here instead of Komori,
Okay.
and then maybe have this for now, and then later go into this.
Yeah, I think Nishinoya would be better on that power team.
Yeah.
With the Bokuto one.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm clicking things.
this one, yeah, because Nishinoya still does buff power spikers. Um,
He says he wants two
but
separate teams, so that is
okay.
definitely possible because the SPs that you'd have selected do come out pretty far. You know, there's a big gap between them. So it's definitely possible, in my opinion. Um, it's just like when they come out, though, like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. Like you know what I mean? So that's gonna be a bit
Those
difficult.
5 come in, yeah, those 4 come in succession, like Okawa, Ushijima,
Yeah.
Iwaizumi, Tendo. And I think, okay, see how he has Sakusa here. I think you should keep Sakusa with Komori. So you would like flip him onto the other team, and then maybe if you change Hoshiyumi onto this team,
Okay.
if you're running, right? Because he's splitting up the two.
Yeah.
He's not free to play. So if you want 2 teams, yeah, I think these are fine. These are really good teams. For your Bokuto team, just if you're running Komori there, you would want Sakusa on that team as well.
Yeah. So I actually didn't pick up on that. Yeah, that's a very good point. Here you would want to have Sakusa because you have Komori here, and then here you would want to have Kurai just because um it wouldn't make, especially if you're running 2 teams on the same account, it wouldn't make sense to have them split up.
Yeah, unless you keep Hirogami on the other team, right? This is another option, right? As long as you have one of the duos there, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, or you just drop
Yeah,
Hirogami here, like you said, with this SP
yeah.
Tsukishima. Okay, so a lot going on here. So let's look at the updated team. So we'll give a rating for this team and then one with Sakusa instead of Iwaizumi.
Okay. This team, solid. I think this is like an 8.
It's very close to an 8 for me, except that Yaku is
Yaku?
here.
Yeah, I think Yaku's fine. He has the 5 URs,
Yeah,
and
maybe. mm, I think I'll give it.
Yaku's still the best SSR setter. I mean, Libero, right?
Yeah, I think I'll give it a. Actually, I will give it an 8, and then with Sakusa it'd be 8.5, and then with Sakusa Komori it'd be a 9.
Yeah.
That's kind
Okay.
of the progression. Okay, so that is going to be the last team review for today. It is 3 o'clock. So again, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mdot for doing this. That is going to be end of today's stream, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you Mdot again. Make sure to check out his stuff. I will link it in the YouTube video that will come out later today. Again, if you just go on YouTube and search M.HQ, then you will see his stuff. If you're in the Discord, go to the self-promo section. His stuff is also in there. He is very, very good with the competitive side of things, as you can tell. Probably had better input than me today. I was kind of just piggybacking off of his stuff. But anyways, yeah, no, make sure to check out his channel and all that good stuff. And like always, make sure to leave a like on all the streams. Follow and subscribe like usual. And M.Dot, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, thanks for having me on this team reviews. I'm glad I'm able to give the input that I can. Hopefully we can do more in the future. And yeah, if you guys can give me a quick, follow or subscribe on YouTube, feel free to like and comment on my videos if you have any questions, or even just add me in the in Rojo server. I can answer your questions there. Yeah, but thanks again.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely not gonna be the last time we do a collab stream. This is actually the first collab on my channel, which is pretty exciting. It came together last second. That was my bad. I was supposed to contact you yesterday, but I just completely forgot.
No worries.
Yeah, and that's gonna be pretty much it. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.